Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome hockey fans to the Agora Pool and Ice Center for tonight's matchup between Utah and your Colorado State Rams. Introducing tonight's starting lineup for the Utes and left defense, Stephen Paulo. And right defense, number 22, CJ Odlin. And left wing, number 13, Wyatt White. And center, number 25, Alex King. And right wing, number 20, Otto Ayo. And in goal, number 30, Landon Henderson. Utah is coached by Ollie. And now for the Otterbox starting lineup for your Knights of the Green and Gold, the Colorado State Rams. And left defense, the freshman from Littleton, number 14, Brendan Beaver. And right defense, the freshman from City Valley, California, number 26, Trent Cowden. And left wing, a junior from Highlands Ranch, number 13, Kyle Nelson. And center, a sophomore from Highlands Ranch, number 8, Seth Cote. And right wing, a junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 16, Torrin Pauno. And starting in goal, a junior from Highlands Ranch, number 30, Joe Morgan. Head coach for the Colorado State Rams is Joel Weeks, the assistant is Jamison Wicks. Tonight's officials are linesmen Lucas O'Connor and Craig Steinhauer. The referees are Brian Fortin and Sandy Wirsbaum. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem and the Star-Spangled Banner.
Hello and welcome to tonight's coverage of CSU Men's Club Hockey. My name is Dixon Lawson, joined alongside Sean Garber. Sean, the atmosphere is set tonight for this contest. What are you feeling?
I feel excited. They had a good bout last night. It went pretty much till the third period. Late goal put it out of reach for the Rams, but it was a battle. There was a lot of scrums going on, a few good hard hits against the board, so it should be electric tonight.
And I heard there was also a lot of great play on both sides, not only passing, stick handling, but the penalties, the power play. How did that look?
Well, the Rams unfortunately took way too many penalties last night. I believe they gave Utah 5 penalties. They were successful in killing off 4 of those 5. The last one came late in the third period where they did score a power play goal. But the Rams were able to take care of business when they were shorthanded. Hopefully they don't get as shorthanded tonight.
tonight. Sam Cote is going to win the draw for CSU. Is going to come down into the defensive zone. It's going to be swung around now. Number 14, Beaver, will send it up ice. The Utah Utes, nice play there along the boards to try and break it up. But CSU will win possession. It's going to go back to number 8 now. That is Cote. He will dump it into the zone. Chase for the puck now. Number 16, Fondos, chasing after, but Utah will be the first to the puck now. It will be sent up ice. Number 11, Lanchuskas, is going to have a look at that one, but CSU was able to win possession and now send it right back up ice. Sean, last night, was the momentum very up or back and forth? Or was one team really able to hold the momentum?
Honestly, for the first period, CSU had most of the momentum. The Utah Utes did score the first goal late in that first period off of no momentum at all. So really anything could happen here early in this game.
As Joe Morgan, the goalie in net tonight for CSU, will cover the puck. And we will have our first stoppage of play here with 19:05 to go in the first period. Across from him, we're going to have Landon Anderson in net for the Utah Utes. Was he in net last night?
No, they had Jack Slaw in net last night. He did quite well. He faced a lot of shots, only let up 4. Well, 3 if you can't really count the empty netter against him.
Number 25, Alex King for the Utah Utes, is going to be able to win the draw, and this one goes straight back to Joe Morgan. Once again, he will cover up. We will have another face-off. Michael Garbhart is going to be taking this one for CSU, and across from number 25, Alex King. This draw is going to be battled for, and then finally one out by Utah. They're going to take it down behind the net now. Looking for a pass to the slot. Shot on Morgan. Nice save there. This one's going to be redirected to the corner. That's King now battling for it, the captain for the Utah Utes. It's going to be brought up along the right boards now. Back to King. King looking for a pass to the slot. He's going to be run up into the boards by North. Nice play there as CSU's going to be able to win possession. Looking for the lead man pass to number 24, Mark Unsili. This one's just going to go right in on Anderson. He will dump it to a defender. And now the Utah Utes try to break up ice. This one, though, a nice board play by CSU at the boards. It's going to come out now light for Utah. Brings it up ice. He brings it to the left wing. Now it's going to be poked at by number 14 for CSU. That's Beaver. Brought around the net now. Moreno. He's going to dump this one up ice, but it is stopped at the blue line by James Cahill for Utah. As this one break up ice, a nice steal there by number 28 for CSU. That's Wiley. He's going to dangle his zone, take a shot. That one goes wide. A really nice opportunity for him there. CSU will maintain possession, though, along the left boards now. This one's chipped at, will be deflected, and it's sent back down the ice. Number 14, Beaver, will be the first to corral it for CSU as they look to break up ice once again. This one goes by Joseph. He's unable to handle it, and it's brought up along the boards. A little bit of traffic in front of us. Comes out to center ice now. Lead pass for Riley. Riley's going to take it, go by one defender. He's stick lifted by Cahill, and then he's going to wave off a check there. Nice play by 2 CSU players. That was Riley and Patton there to keep hold of the puck. This one's going to come up to the point for North. He's going to take a shot. It's going to go wide of the net. Come back to the blue line. Miller is going to be able to keep that one. Cross ice pass now for number 27, Patton. He's going to take a shot. That's going to be blocked. Comes right back up to number 2, Hoffman. And that one's going to be blocked. It's a breakaway opportunity for Utah, but a nice glove save there by Morgan with a little bit of tussle there after the whistle.
Yeah, definitely. And Hoffman there lost his stick. The defenseman for the CSU Rams lost his stick. So it was pretty much a breakaway opportunity for the Utah Utes, unable to come up with anything as Morgan shuts him down. Early on, 3-1 shot advantage for Utah, although CSU is leading the hit category 2-0.
Captain for CSU, number 15, Leon Millar, is going to take this draw. Won by the Utes. Couple of opportunities there in front, but Morgan is going to keep Utah scoreless in this one. It's going to be dumped right back in. CSU trying to battle for it along the boards. It's going to be sent up ice. Nice play there by Utah to keep it in the offensive zone. Battle for it now in the corner. Number 12, Nelson there for CSU. This one's going to come free. Tonali was unable to handle it. It's going to come out to center ice. Utah is going to try to reconvene, but a nice interception there by CSU. He stood up at the line, though. That was number 6, Tonali. He was checked on the play there. As this one's going to be dumped in, icing will be waved off as CSU reconvenes behind their own net. That is number 26, Trent Cowden. Cowden now tries to dump it up the left boards, and it'll come right back down to him. Pass along to Tyler Nelson. He's going to take a check along the boards, and CSU finally is going to make the break up ice. Lead man pass finds Tonali. He's going to dangle in his zone, take a shot on to Anderson, and that will be a nice glove chest save.
Yeah, definitely. Momentum is back and forth right now. Nobody's really able to possess the puck for long in either opposing zones right now. So it's just going to be a happenstance goal as it comes now.
This faceoff will be brought to the left faceoff dot, and we will have Sam Cote taking the draw for CSU. Ref making sure that everyone is on sides. We're going to see if the scrums definitely pick up, like you said last night. Face-off won by CSU. Nice shot onto Anderson. That one's going to be batted away into the corner. Now brought up ice. Utah will come back, and a massive hit there by Cowden on Contetti. And then Morgan is leveled from behind. He's down, and the players are upset. The penalties, or the arms of the refs have gone up. Morgan took a shot to the back. We will see what is going to be called here. Refs heading to the penalty boxes. Now we will get the infractions for you shortly.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious infraction right there. Can't really make contact with the goalie in that nature outside of the net. The goalie is the most protected player on the ice.
Number 16, Colin Kinslow, is going to be getting the penalty. We will see for how long shortly. The refs are right now convening, captains from both sides wanting to have a talk either way. And we'll have an offensive zone faceoff and the first power play here for CSU of the night. What is it going to take for CSU to get a goal? And on the other side, what's it going to take for Utah to be able to fend off this power play?
Utah last night, in the limited power kill penalty kill opportunities they had, were very successful. They limited the pressure that CSU was able to have in the zone, and that was really the key. They just had a rotating line that going and really just kept the puck out of the offensive zone.
Pass for Cowden is now going to be dumped around, looking for number 7, Garbhart. Garbhart sends it back for Cowden. Cowden right back to Garbhart. He's going to take a shot. That was looking for the near post. That one just went a little bit wide. CSU is able to keep it at the blue line. That's Hoffman. Hoffman dishes it back in, looking for number 11, Tito Moreno. But it will come back out to the red line. Cowden now is going to dangle around and just dump it right back for number 24, Mark Ancilli. CSU will dangle it around now, tries to get it in along the right wing, but Utah right there, and they dump it right back down.
Yeah, this is a lot of what you saw last night. Utah just able to stand at their blue line and keep the puck from really getting deep and behind them. Right now, CSU just has to look to dump it in deep behind the goalie Anderson.
Joseph with a head of steam. He's going to drop it off now for Riley. Riley has that puck bounce on him a little bit, but he is able to maintain possession. Dumps it for Miller. Miller now for Riley. Riley stick handles past one. He's going to take a shot. Another nice blocker save for Anderson as CSU does reconvene. Number 10 now, North, is going to take it at the point, but once again, Utah able to get into the passing lane, intercept the one, send it down the ice. 45 seconds to go in Kinslow's 2-minute minor. CSU will reconvene now behind the net, and they're going to drop it for Miller. Miller now up for North. He's going to bring it up on the left wing, and he's just going to dump it in. Hits off the glass, and Utah will be the first to it. Nice play, a nice pinch in along the boards for CSU. They're going to be able to maintain possession. This pass, though, is going to be redirected in the slot, and will come all the way back down the ice. 20 seconds to go. 14:20 to play here in the first.
As this first period's progressing, CSU's had multiple shot attempts, but they're not finding the goal or the goalie. So the shots are just off target almost every single time. They only have, that makes it 4 shots on goal so far today.
And once again, Utah is going to be able to clear this out as the final seconds tick off on the penalty. 5-on-5 action once again here. In tonight's contest, CSU will start from behind their own net. They're going to try to go up the right wing, but hounded on the puck. Utah is able to get it free. They're going to dump it for the slot. A nice reactionary save there by Morgan. He's able to keep this one at 0-0 as Mark Ancilli brings it up the left wing. Mark Ancilli now dumps it for Garbhart. Garbhart takes a shot. I believe that one was blocked in front, and Utah will come up the other way. 2-on-2 happening now. Make it a 3-on-2, and a beautiful glove save there by Joe Morgan as that pass to the slot could have been potentially dangerous. Probably one of the best chances we've had here tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and great communication from the CSU Rams defense right there. You saw the lead defenseman back. He was making sure and pointing to the other defenseman to cover the other man coming up the ice, so it wasn't an odd man rush.
Absolutely. Nice communication there on the ice, but really nice execution by Utah to go from 2-on-2 to 3-on-2 and make a very, very nice chance. Joe Morgan having a talk with one of the refs at his own net as Utah's already ready for this face-off. We're going to have number 8 for CSU. That is Sam Cote taking the draw. He's going to be able to win this one out. Dumped for a defenseman. They're going to try to dump it and chase. Utah will be the first to get it. That was number 16, Kinslow, with a penalty earlier. Dump back now for number 4, Miller. Pass around. They're finally going to break out of their own zone. It's going to be brought to the left wing. Hounded at the blue line, and a nice play there by Ensign for Utah as he's going to try to just dump it in. Morgan out of his crease to play this one. No worries, though. Hoffman is going to be the first to it. Dumped up now for Cote. Cote is going to try to get the headman pass of number 16, Fondos. But that one went a little long. Utah will regain possession.
Utah being very aggressive with their forecheck right now. They had 2 hits in the last 15 seconds on that last possession they had.
CSU will now reconvene in their own. Hoffman was looking for the headman pass, but then will just be sitting down the ice, redirected, no icing on the play. So we brought up now past the blue line for Utah. That was number 4, Najara. Brought up the right wing now. CSU trying to get in. Tonali racing for the puck. He is unable to get there. Is going to be then pinned up against the boards as now 2 players from each side are fighting for it in deep. Both CSU players on the inside, Utah on the outside. As finally a 3rd player is going to come in and still will not come out. 3 players from each team now fighting for this puck down in the left corner. Sean.
This is a lot of what we saw in the 3rd period last night. It's a little strange to see it so early. Last night they were just trying to kill off the clock, were the Rams. So you saw them pinning themselves up against the boards more frequently. But that was a long scrum right there.
Most definitely CSU will regain kind of possession, but it's just dumped right back down to Utah. Now they will try to bring it up the right wing. This headman pass for Light. He will now dump it into the offensive zone. He has number 20, Chow, looking for the headman pass, but now that's going to be Patton bringing it up ice. He's going to take a cross check. He goes down to the ice, but he does appear to be okay. Utah will regain possession, bring it up. But a steal at the blue line shot onto Anderson. Nice save there. That shot was number 12 for CSU, Nelson. This one's going to be brought up ice now. Light looking for King. Nice steal there by Moreno as Joseph, as he's able to bring up the right wing now. Another check is laid out by Utah. They have definitely been the more physical team. King laying his weight. He takes a cross check to the back. Either way, though, play will continue on. CSU now has a 3-on-2, but number 21, Joseph, will just go ahead and dump it in for CSU. A fumble of the puck there, number 28, Riley. He's going to be the first to it. What looked like an easy clear for Utah turns into a little bit harder, and then a big check opportunity for number 24, Mark Unsili. But either way, Utah will still regain possession behind their own net. This one definitely starting to heat up early. We'll have to see if it cools down or if it just intensifies. Another check laid along the boards. That was number 7, Garbhart, brought behind the CSU net now. He's going to be hounded. That's Hoffman. Hoffman turns it over as now Garbhart is fighting for it in the corner. Miller now battling for it. Comes back to Hoffman. Hoffman will try to dump it up the left boards now, but it will go right back to Cahill for Utah. Dumped right back into the CSU end. Brought up the right wing now, avoids a check. That was Miller. It's finally going to be brought up ice, but a nice play once again by Cahill to just go ahead and deflect that pass and dump it right back into the CSU zone. 10-10 to go here in this first period of play, still 0-0. Sean, what's been the biggest takeaway from the first 10 minutes of this game?
Well, it's definitely been very back and forth. Both teams being very aggressive. The hits are even at 6 apiece. Shots are almost even. Utah is leading that by a very slim margin, 7-6 right now on shots. Face-offs are very even as well. Just that one penalty to date on Kinslow for that goalie interference.
A nice headman pass for number 16, Fondos. He's going to take a shot. That one's blocked by number 15, Cahill of Utah. He's been playing very well in his own end so far in this one. Utah will try to bring it now up the right wing. This time he's going to take a check. That was Nelson laying the hit on Bastone. Nelson now has the open ice. He's going to take it in 1-on-3. Has a couple of CSU players coming to help him, but he's just going to lose that puck. No worries, though. A fellow CSU Ram will at least put a little bit of a forecheck on as Utah now is going to try to bring it up the right wing with speed. Dancing in the right wing, pass to the slot, nobody home. This one will go cross ice now, number 17 for CSU. Nitchkin, the first one to get there. Brought around now North. North looking for the headman pass. This one will go off the boards. No icing will be called as both teams chase after it. Another big hit. Missed on that one, but definitely both players are looking for these big hits. As the puck will be turned over, Utah will once again regain possession, dump it into the CSU zone. Cowden will now dump it to his defensive partner in Beaver. Beaver now back for Cowden as they bring it around the board. So far, like you said, no team really able to get momentum. What's it going to take to break the stalemate right now?
It's just going to take some dirty play at the front of the net, and not dirty as in foul play, but just the ugly work that most people don't like to see or do. If you want to relate it to basketball, it's the garbage man, the postman, the guy's getting all the rebounds and the scrap play.
100%. Once again, Utah is going to dump it up the right boards. Now CSU once again has an opportunity as a turnover now. Tonali will take this one in. 2 on 4 developing shot onto Anderson. It will be an easy save. That one by Patton. Right now, that was one of the first actual shot on nets that we've seen from that little bit of scrum back and forth for the past couple minutes.
Yeah, that was the first shot in, I would say, 4 or 5 minutes. That has actually gone at the goalie and been a shot on goal.
Number 28, Kyle Riley, will take the draw for CSU, and across from him, number 4, Anton Najara. This one will be won by Utah, but CSU right there to hound, trying to get control of that puck now, back down in the corner. This one will come free, wrapped around the boards. It will be over-skated past the slot. Nobody home. That was a beautiful opportunity for CSU if someone could have found the puck. But that was a tough one. That was bouncing all around. Now back into the boards. A lot of big hits coming up past the slot for number 21, Joseph. Once again, just bounced off his stick, but a nice play at the blue lines to keep it in. Finally will be cleared out now by Utah. That will be dumped in now for number 4, Najara. Najara coming in. But CSU is able to win over possession. Number 4, Miller, is going to try to bring it up the left wing. He's just going to dump this one around. It's going to come around now. Finally, it will be intercepted by CSU, turned right back over to Utah as they bring it up ice. This will be a 2-on-4, dumped right into Morgan. That pass will not be stopped, or excuse me, that shot will not be stopped. And the rebound will come free. CSU brings it right up ice. That's number 7, Garbhart. He's going to turn, shoot. That one's going to be redirected up into the screen for a stoppage of play. 7:03 left in the first period.
Yeah,
let's take a breath.
Yes, it's been a hectic first period. Not too many stoppages in play. The face-offs we're sitting at 4-4 apiece. So there's only been 8 face-offs so far in this first period. Been very clean, besides that one goalie interference. A lot of hits, a lot of energy though.
Garbhart and King on the draw that time. It will be won by Utah. CSU does maintain possession in their own zone though. Nice pinch play there. Garbhart now battling for it in the corner. This one isn't going to come free. Getting kicked at, poked at, everything in between. Utah will finally get some sort of possession, but once again, the hits are just coming. This one will be won over by King. King's looking up the ice for Chow. Chow now has it along the right wing. He's going to dangle by one CSU defender, but absolutely hounded. No clear path to Morgan. Is going to open up tonight now as Light dangles along in the slot. Shot on Morgan, save. Rebound will be picked up by Garbhart. He's going to try to dangle in front of the net. Kind of a dangerous play. That one bounces up into the net. Players will still play it though as King tries to dump it to the slot. Nice steal by Mark and Silly. He's going to bring it up 1-on-2. Has one helper with him, but he's just going to dump it in and go off for a change. As now Utah will dump around their own net. That is number 22, Odlin, steal by Nelson at the blue line. He's going to drop it forward. Number 16 for CSU, that is Fondos. Unfortunately, though, it's going to jump over his stick, come back to center ice. But he's going to maintain possession, gets knocked down to the ice as one of the Utah players. That's actually the captain. King lost his stick, but this one's going to come in now. Number 8, Cote. He's going to bring it along the right wing. Shot missed the net. He's going to be able to track down his own puck, though, and get his own rebound. Nice hustle play there. He's going to drop it for Cowden. Cowden now back for Cote, but a nice steal. This is going to be a breakaway opportunity for Utah. Potential 2-on-1 coming. It's number 11. Makes a nice backhand, forehand, and goal for Utah. That is number 11, Che Landeskus. Excuse me if I kind of butchered that. But he has the first goal of the game.
This is very similar to the way last night went. Utah just came away with an errant pass and made CSU pay. Very similar to what happened last night. There was no real momentum for Utah, but they found a way to put the puck in the back of the net.
Well, it all started with that kind of block shot that turned into the breakaway, and then he just didn't hesitate. That's the biggest thing. He knew what he wanted to do. We will have a penalty coming up here on the draw. Number 17, Christopher Nitchkin, is going to go off for 2 minutes for hooking. He definitely got his stick lodged in there. Kind of a tough play. He was just going for the puck. Either way, though, he did trip up the Utah player. We will have CSU's first penalty kill of the night, Utah's first power play. Sean, from last night to tonight, what does CSU need to work on to keep Utah scoreless?
There's a few things. They had a wide amount of opportunities last night to see what Utah can bring to the table on their power plays. But they did a phenomenal job of just limiting the opportunities that Utah had. They really made short work of the power play and were able to be the aggressors in some instances, running down and trying to get shorthanded goals.
Tough play there on the clear for CSU. That one goes off of a glove of one of the men on the bench. So we will have another face-off in the defensive zone. Garbhart is going to be able to win this one. Hoffman now looking for in the corner. Garbhart and Hoffman both went for it. This one is going to come out along the blue line. Markinsili had a really, really nice chance, but a nice little poke play there by number 23, Joseph.
And that's what I was talking about last night. Those plays right there where Markinsili jumped in front of that pass were the opportunities last night that the Rams took advantage of on the penalty kill.
Well, we will have to see if they can actually convert, because Markinsili was very, very close, like you said on that one. This one's going to be cleared around the boards. Either way, Utah is going to be able to maintain possession. It's going to bring it back down the right wing. We'll try to send around. Hoffman's going to take a smack at it. Is not going to be able to get it out, though, as Utah maintains possession. Two players right next to each other. They go ahead and spread out. Now back down behind the net for Morgan. In front of Morgan. This one's going to be brought down to the point for Joseph. Joseph's going to dump it for the slot. Pass to the left wing, a wide open shot opportunity. That one's going to go wide, and now number 13, Nelson's going to bring it up the ice for CSU. He's going to go ahead and dump that one in, and Anderson will play it.
Yeah, that was a great stick play by Hoffman right in front of his own goal to lift that stick so there was no shot opportunity right there.
Utah is going to bring it in, but Morgan is going to be able to just bat that one down with his glove. Go ahead and cover it up. 42 seconds to go in Nitchkin's minor for hooking. Compared to last night, has the penalty kill looked like it's improved? Does it look like it's kind of the same?
Well, we don't know yet. It looks very much the same as it did last night.
I guess intensity-wise.
Yeah, intensity-wise, we're at the same pace. The opponent is familiar, though. Obviously, these teams just played last night, so they should know the tricks and what's coming out of the bag here.
Utah is going to be able to win possession here along the right board. This was going to be brought to the point for Dix. Dix now back is going to take a shot on net. That one's going to go wide. And now it's going to be brought in the corner, hounded by Garbhart. He's unable to get it clear. This is brought up now to the point once again for Dix. Dix going to drop it over for, I believe that is Landon Chuskits with the goal earlier. Sean, what did I just miss? I looked down at my paper. I heard
it was a shot from the wing that just hit a defensive player and went into the safety net. So nothing crazy.
Well, I appreciate you paying attention, though. That is why you make a phenomenal co-host in the booth.
I try, my man.
16 seconds to go in the minor penalty here. 3:39 to go in the first period of play. 1-0 the score for Utah with that nice breakaway goal earlier in the period.
Yeah, definitely coming to the end of this first period. CSU has to just gain some momentum going into the break. The second period last night for them was the key. They scored 3 goals in that period. They can't wait to get to the second period to start the action, though. It's got to start now.
North was able to send this one down, and it will kill the rest of the penalty here for CSU. 5-on-5 action as this one's brought down in behind the net. Cowden avoided a hit there. He's going to try to clear it. That one's going to jump over the stick of Dix. And now brought down into the Utah zone. Jumped up now for Joseph. Joseph's going to bring it to center ice, but overskates that pass a little bit. It's just going to be brought down in the defensive zone. CSU's just going to try to hound him here as they win over possession. That's Tonali in the defensive zone. He's going to dump it over for Cowden. Cowden now is going to try to dump it up the wing, and a little bit of a kind of rougher hit. 2-3 players have now hit the ice for Utah. Cross-checks being thrown, punches being thrown, and finally we will see the whistle. This will be a penalty on CSU, I do believe, because of the swing that we just witnessed. We will see who heads to the box for CSU, but either way, you just killed off the penalty. You're going to head right back onto the penalty kill. This one's going to go on number 13, Kyle Nelson for CSU. I'm guessing he will be serving 2 minutes. We'll get the official word when they put it up on the clock. Sean, the discipline needs to improve because you can already tell this is going to be a scrappy night.
Yeah, it was about to boil over last night before the game ended. It looks like the players, as the game was ending last night, kind of looked at each other saying, we'll be back tomorrow night. No need to drop the gloves now. We'll have plenty of time for that tomorrow. And it seems like this is exactly what is happening and what's occurring. They're kind of getting under each other's skin a little bit.
Of course, I was incorrect. It is going to be offsetting minor penalties, excuse me. The Utah penalty is going to go on number 9, Tanner Ensign. So I believe it is just going to be kind of matching minors there. 4-on-4 hockey is what we're going to have. It is going to be an offensive zone face-off for CSU. Utah is going to get kicked out of the face-off draw, so a new man will jump in. Face-off still won there by Utah as it comes behind the net. Utah maintains possession. They're going to try to bring it up the left wing. Nice play there by Mark Consili. as CSU will win over control of the puck. Miller, or guard part to Miller. Miller now back for number 2, Hoffman. Hoffman makes a nice little spinorama play, and he's just going to dump this one in. A minute 40 left in the matching minors. So we will have a little bit of 4-on-4 hockey. Number 4, Miller, is just going to try to bat that one for Garpart. Jumps over his stick, though, so Utah will maintain possession. This is Joseph up the right wing. Joseph's going to dump it for number 11, Che. Che's pass is going to be deflected. CSU will try and chase it in. Utah will be the first to it, though. They will win over possession as CSU went for a line change. 3 players have so far headed or went to the bench. We'll see if all 4 of them go. As now this headman pass is just going to be tipped into the defensive zone for CSU. They will recover. This is now Cowden. Cowden's going to bring up the right wing looking for number 8, Johnson, or excuse me, Cote. Cote is going to send it up the left wing for Beaver. Beaver is going to be able to chip it in, and he will chase it. The defenseman chasing after that puck. You'd like to see the intensity or the aggressiveness from your D-man if you trust your goalie on the back end.
Yeah, definitely. And in 4-on-4, you really have to trust yourself, especially as we have a breakaway here.
Light is going to come along the right wing, shot onto Morgan. That one goes off of his mask, I do believe, up into the netting. So a nice save there by Morgan. It was a 2-on-1. Surprised we didn't see the extra pass there, but it was kind of, the passing lane was took away by the CSU defender. So, I don't know, good shot attempt, but then a better save by Morgan with 39 seconds in the matching penalties. We will have a defensive zone faceoff for CSU.
Yeah, was really using his head on that one.
I like it, Sean. I do like it. You know what? Bringing a smile on my face, it doesn't happen often. Either way, number 15, Liam Millar, is going to come in and take the face-off draw. He's going to lose this one, though, as Utah will maintain possession. Up to the point there for Dix. Dix is just going to try to knock it in. Millar will win possession. He's going to take it behind Morgan. Set up the breakup up ice. They're going to try to go up the left wing now. Center ice, that was number 21 for CSU. Joseph. A beautiful shot. Rebound opportunity is going to be then cleared down the ice. Morgan out of his net to play this one. Utah will regain possession at the blue line. A shot on Morgan. He was back in time either way, though it did miss the net. 5 seconds to go in the matching 4-on-4 penalties as 45 seconds ticks off in the first. Penalties will end or finish up here as Millar scraps for it here along the left boards. Who will now be brought into the CSU defensive end. A big hit is going to be missed or avoided there for CSU. Brought up the right wing now to center ice. That is number 2, Hoffman. Hoffman's just going to dump it in as he has number 13, Nelson, waiting for him along the left wing. Nelson now with control. He's going to try to get it for Garpart. Garpart's going to take a shot. Nice safe shot. Rebound, score for number 13, Kyle Nelson. He started that whole play off and was able to get a double rebound that ended up in the back of the net. We're going to tie this one up 1-1 with 14.5 seconds to go in this first period of play. Sean, you were talking about they needed a build right there. Look at you.
Well, also, that was the way they were going to score the goal. The dirty play. That was 2 rebounds, so 3 shot attempts in 5 seconds right there against Anderson. One of them able to find in the back of the net because he's out of position from the first 2 saves. You just have to get the puck at the net and keep hounding him. Just keep on him, and something will happen positively.
Either way, CSU now going to try to build on this. You talked about they need that stepping stone with 14.5 seconds. They're going to win this draw. That's number 10, North, is going to try to chip it in. Tonali chasing after it as we tick down the final seconds here. Utah will regain possession to try to dump it up the right boards. A shot opportunity for CSU will be blocked by Joseph. He is all over the ice. As we bring an end to the first period of play here at Epic Ice Arena, 1-1 the score. Sean, I want you to break it down for me. What'd you see?
Well, I did take a few stats, and here's what I came to the conclusion
you got some stats for me.
Yes,
all right.
I did. CSU was losing the shot battle up until that goal that just occurred. That goal pushed them into the lead, a 13-12 shot advantage for the Rams heading into the break. The hits have been electric. We already have double-digit hits for one team and 9 hits for the other.
Okay.
So we're very close to 20 hits total in this game. CSU is leading the hits category 10-9 right now. It's all of the players, too. It's not just the forwards or the defensemen. It's everybody in between that's kind of laying the wood on the boards right now. Face-offs are very even. Utah leading ever so slightly with 2 more face-off wins. Only 2 penalties. You had or 3 penalties, I should say. The one was offsetting. You had the one penalty on Kinslow for the goalie interference, which was very odd, very peculiar. You don't really understand why he made that play because it did put his team at a disadvantage. There was no real – he knew what was going to come of that.
I think that was last night.
Yeah.
I think that was 100% just the emotions from last night kind of boiling over. And I think that's a big thing that both teams need to really look at in the intermission is getting their discipline in check.
Yeah.
Because if that keeps happening, we're going to have just opportunity after opportunity. I will say CSU, great job on the penalty kill to then turn around and get the goal. That's the best. When you can kill the power play momentum, turn it right around and get a goal at the other end, it does even a little more for your team.
Oh, definitely. They were able to kill off that power play. It looked like they were about to take another penalty, but it did turn out to be that offsetting. The 4-on-4 seemed to free up the ice and allowed CSU to be more creative out there and just freed up enough things for them to get enough momentum to maintain possession in the zone and find that goal.
We have the first intermission coming up here at Epic Ice Arena. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have all the action live from the second period. I am Dixon Lawson, joined along by my side, Sean Garber. We will be right back.
Awesome. All right. A few things.
Okay.
You're butchering some names here.
I know I am.
It's not Garbhart. It's Gebhart.
Oh.
You're thinking of me. It's understandable.
The intermission. Teams just now getting ready to take the ice as Utah skates back out. What's going to be their key to this second period?
I think they're going to have to play with an edge. They're going to have to get under the skin of CSU. They did it during that first period. It worked to their advantage. They did get a penalty off of it. But that's really what's worked for them most of all in last night and tonight in the first period. It's just kind of getting under the skin.
As CSU comes out to the ice, I ask you the same question. What's their key?
Their key is to apply as much pressure as possible. Last night, that is exactly what they did in the second period. They applied countless pressure opportunities. They bombarded Jack Slough last night and just found the net multiple times in the second period. If they can just sustain pressure in the offensive zone, they will be more than able to win this game.
Starting defenseman for CSU, we're going to have number 15, Liam Miller. I guess not starting defenseman, should say starting line. Joined alongside by number 17, Christopher Nitchkin, and as well as number 14, Brendan Beaver. And of course, as I say that, they skate off the ice. What are the odds of that? Either way, let's go ahead and get the new line on the ice. We've got number 24, Mark Consilli. We have number 11, Tito Moreno. We do have Beaver in the back line with Cowden. And number 7, Michael Gebhart is going to be taking this draw. It will be won by Utah, and they immediately try to pressure up ice, but a nice stick or poke check there by Cowden is going to just send this one into the defensive end for Utah. They're going to try to make a break up ice. CSU trying to keep it in at the blue lines. Nice play there, but it will come out. Beaver tries to get to the puck here along the boards nearest to us. This one will be dumped in on Morgan, though. He does make a pad save. It rebounds off Cowden. We'll try to dump it out. A nice play there with the stick bat. They will. Or Utah, nice play. It is down in front. And Morgan will go ahead and cover that on Cowden. It looked like it went off of his stick, maybe even just right under his stick. If that had bounced off, it definitely had Morgan beat. Sean.
It looked like it went right under his skate, and it almost like he stepped on the puck, and which
that's
why
what made
he
him
lost
slip.
his footing. Yeah,
that would make sense because it was directly underneath him. It didn't move. It didn't kick it. It was just stationary right there.
Yeah, and it's almost like he saw it underneath him, and he didn't want to kick it. He didn't want to move it. So I think he just lost his balance and fell over, allowing Morgan to kind of pounce on that guy.
Well, either way, though, nice play by Morgan there. That reactionary save. He made a couple of those in the first period as well. One big thing, we were talking face-offs, really neck and neck. You see one team kind of making a breakout here as the refs are checking the ice. They're going to have some fun doing that.
Not so much. The face-offs have been very even last night. There wasn't really an edge to either team. It's just really situational. If you need the face-off, then you got to win it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it doesn't really have any play in momentum in these games, so it seems like to me.
And especially like in that first period, we didn't have a ton of stoppages. Yes,
No.
I believe we had almost 10 face-offs or a little bit over that.
Yeah, I think it was 15 face-offs.
But still, that 15 faceoffs over 20 minutes. Yeah, that's not a ton of stoppage. So if we see a similar kind of flow to this second period, I will be interested if one team takes better use of that kind of time and momentum. Either way, though, the refs all good to go. We will have number 8 for CSU, Sam Cote, in to take the draw. Across from him will be number 11, Che. They're going to both battle at it. This faceoff will be one for CSU. Cleared back around north is going to send it up the left boards. Jumped out of the zone by Fondos. It's going to travel the length of the ice. We will have an icing coming up right back down the ice. We go, Sean. 19-19 to go. 1-1 the score, in case I didn't mention that. Looking at both of the goals that were scored in the first period, we had two very different ones. A breakaway goal for Utah, and then, like you said, kind of that trash dumpster.
Dirty goal.
Dirty goal. Thank you. I was looking for that word. Couldn't find it. Dirty goal. You think we're going to have to see similar from both teams? You think, as we speak of that, Nelson's going to come along the left wing, take a shot onto Anderson. This one's going to be saved, redirected into the corner. Sean, I will get to your question in just a second. This one kept into the line by North. Shot goes wide of the net, comes around the left board. As now Utah will take over possession. This one's coming for Nelson. Nelson's going to take a shot and a save for Anderson. Nice glove save there. But that shot was able to travel blue line to net, uncontested. Utah nowhere even in the shot lane.
Yeah, definitely. They were just out of position. It looked like CSU had gotten them a little rattled there on that offensive possession. That is the thing that CSU just needs to keep applying pressure, and that is the reason why Utah last night was making a lot of errant passes when pressure was being applied, and if CSU can just recreate that, there will be opportunities and scoring chances for CSU.
Kyle Riley on the faceoff win for CSU, as now they will battle for it in the corner, and we will have a penalty coming up, I do believe. Or looks like maybe a player is stuck. I may stand up. Let me see if I can see a little bit better. I believe, yeah, the door had just come open on the edge of the rink, and that's why the stoppage of play is coming up here. So we will have another offensive zone faceoff for CSU. Number 28, Kyle Riley, taking the draw against the captain for Utah, number 25, Alex King. What was his impact last night? Being the captain, you normally try to see kind of a bigger impact from him. What did you see last night?
I didn't see much, if we're being honest. The impact players for Utah last night were Wyatt Light and I believe Che. Che and Light were the two goal scorers, and they were the most active all over the ice last night.
Riley has his stick lifted as he tries to win over possession of the puck, but a nice pinch in there by number 4, Miller, as this one is just going to bounce off of him and up into the CSU bench. We'll have a faceoff coming up along the blue line.
And while I was answering that question, some of you might have caught Kyle Riley right there at the faceoff circle, right next to in front of King. Had the puck on his stick, actually flicked it up, and the puck landed on King's head, on his helmet.
I missed that.
You did miss
it.
No. That is why I was chuckling a bit.
Oh, I thought it was something I said. I was like, I figured I must have said something. Either way, though, Utah's going to bring it down in behind Morgan. Past the slot, and a beautiful goal by King. Speak of the captain, and he will score a beautiful pass to the slot for him. He wastes no time, one time in that one, up above Morgan's glove side. Kind of just top cheddar on that one.
Yeah, there was nothing really Morgan could do about that. Off to a quick start in this second period once again. Are these teams. This time, though, it is Utah coming away with an early second period goal.
You know, a minute 50 into this first period, 8:19 to go. And now it is a 2-1 game for Utah. Morgan skates out of his crease to play the puck. He's going to drop it for number 14, Beaver. Beaver's going to send it back for his other defense. This is going to be dumped up ice looking for Moreno. Moreno is there. He is able to deflect the pass. Gebhardt is going to try to bring it in, but he's checked off the puck into the bench. This one brought up the left side now. Utah will just try to dump it up the right wing and chase, the left wing and chase. Morgan out behind his crease to play it. He's going to drop it for Cowden. Cowden is going to be able to take it, try to dump it off of the boards. This one goes, I believe, out.
I think that hit the wall, yeah.
Okay.
It went out of the rink, hit the wall, and then came back onto the ice.
Okay. Just making sure. I didn't know if they were going to say a delay a game penalty because it didn't pass the benches.
I haven't seen one in. Yeah, I don't think they have
Yeah.
that rule in collegiate.
So that's on me, watching a little too much NHL instead of CSU men's club hockey. That's what I need to be watching, as Gebhardt is going to take the face-off draw against, I do believe that is King down there.
I do not believe so.
Oh, then it's probably Joseph. Joseph taking the draw. Either way, though, Gebhardt is going to be kicked out and replaced by Mark Hunsilli. Mark Hunsilli will lose the draw as Joseph gains possession, drops it for his D-man shot on Morgan. Save cleared. Cowden is going to try to ring it around the boards. Mark Hunsilli is going to try to dump it for Gebhardt, but he is and a little bit of a cheeky play there by Mark Hunsilli to kick the glove away from the Utah player. Either way, then I say by Morgan, as this one's brought up the right wing now. Mark Hunsilli gets it along the right wing. He just absolutely shakes off a check as Moreno wins possession of the puck. Back up for number 12. That is Nelson. Nelson takes a shot. That one's going to be blocked in front, collected by Gebhardt. Gebhardt's going to drop from Moreno. Moreno in the corner. Stick handling now is going to bring it up. Gebhardt takes over possession. Moreno in the front of the net looking for a stick, or excuse me, a deflection as North brings this one down on the right faceoff dot. North takes a shot. Nice save, or pad save there by Anderson as Utah will come right back up ice. North regains possession down in their defensive end as now Gebhardt tries to check off the puck, and CSU will have a breakaway opportunity. It is number 16, Fondos, with the opportunity. 2-on-0 breakaway, no pass, elected for the shot. Looked like a pretty easy save for Anderson. Sean, well, you're breaking down the ice from this angle. What did you see?
I didn't see much. It was an errant pass like I was saying before. If you apply pressure to Utah, they seem to be a little wayward on their passes. They give away a lot of possessions in their own zone, and that is exactly what just happened there. It led to that breakaway opportunity.
What did you see on the 2-on-0, though, that didn't result in the goal?
I saw an aggressive Ram player that saw an opportunity to shoot the puck and went with it. Although it did not work for him, it was a good opportunity, and I like the aggressive nature of it.
Riley sends that one in on net, and that was not able to find a target. Hoffman's going to lay a huge check as number 4 Miller is going to take the puck behind the net. A couple of fans here for Utah saying maybe interference. I don't know. Looked like clean hit. A huge check along the boards. That is Moreno, I do believe. Excuse me. That is number 2. As this puck comes around the boards, now Miller is going to be sending some checks on the board. That's number 21, Joseph, headed to the bench, a little shaken up after that hit into the boards. It was a big one. Utah will gain possession, though, in the right faceoff dot. Pass to the slot. Saved by Morgan. He is run over in the net. We will have a penalty coming up on Utah. CSU brings it up the ice. Morgan not headed to the bench for the extra skater. Patton coming in along the right wing. He's going to pass to the slot. Save, and a chance for Hoffman. We'll come back up to the slot for Riley. Save, shot. Another save by Anderson. As finally Utah will gain over possession. Morgan did finally leave the crease for the extra attacker. Power play coming up for CSU.
I don't think Morgan realized that it was a penalty until the Rams had crossed into the offensive zone.
Which, not on him. He did just get run over.
Yeah.
But
I think that's why he was delayed in getting to the bench.
A nice play, though, by Patton. Brought it in the zone, and that started everything. A pass to the slot didn't go, but then Hoffman was right there to try to capitalize. Riley had a shot. A lot of good opportunities for CSU, especially the dirty goal. They were looking for it right there. As we're going to have a 2-minute minor coming up on number 9. That's Tanner Inson once again with the minor. He had the matching minors earlier. Utah will win the draw, but Moreno will go ahead and board him up along the boards as it will drop back now for number 12, Nelson. That one jumps over his stick, and he will dump for his partner in North. North sends it up for Mark Hunsilli. Mark Hunsilli will send it cross ice for Gebhardt. Gebhardt now controlling it, will send it back over for Nelson. Nelson now at the top of the ring looking for North. North takes a slap shot blocked by Utah, but Nelson will regain possession. This one is going to be batted out of the zone. Nelson trying to battle for it. A 2-on-1 potentially coming for Utah, but a nice play there by Nelson to get it right back up for Moreno. Moreno holding possession. He's just going to go ahead and dump it in. Gebhardt chasing after it right now. CSU goes for a line change. It's going to be a nice board play there by Joseph. He's right back onto the ice as now Utah will finally be able to bash this one out of the zone. 1:08 to go in the power play as Nelson once again sends it up ice. Excuse me, that is Hoffman. Hoffman out for Riley. Riley is going to glide into the slot, and then Anderson is going to cover a couple of extra pushes after the whistle. CSU saying the puck was in the back of the net, but I do believe the umpire called that one dead. He did not see the puck, and at the end of the day, it's his whistle that calls it. Once he blows, it is dead. Sean, 58 seconds to go in the power play. You've seen good things so far.
Oh, yeah. There's been a lot of puck movement, a lot of cycling of the players throughout the zone, a lot of possession so far. Not too much trying to get into the zone. They're set up, working on their offense, trying to score this goal.
A nice opportunity there. Isn't able to find the target. Hoffman takes a shot, looking for the deflection in front. That was number 28, Riley. He was unable to find Anderson. Makes a nice glove save through the screen.
Yeah, and a little before 6 minutes gone in this second period, and the CSU Rams have already tallied 9 shots on goal here early on, like I said, in the second period.
They're making a very good use of this power play, the extra attacker and then into the power play as CSU wins the draw for Joseph. Joseph drops it into the corner for Patton. Patton's going to send it around the net looking for Riley. Riley's going to try to stick handle pass one, and he does. Gets it into the boards. He's going to maintain possession. Sets it up now. He's looking for Patton in front, unable to find him. Hoffman now over for number 26. That is Cowden. Cowden's going to keep the line, send it back for Hoffman. Hoffman's going to pass it off for Patton. Patton sends a shot on net. That one is blocked in front by number 18. That's Austin.
Yeah, good
with the
stick
shot,
play right
the
there
shot
from
deflection.
Austin.
15 seconds to go in the goalie interference call on number,
Number 9.
Yeah, number 9, Tanner Ensign. As CSU looks to win this draw, we're going to have number 8, Samuel Cote, on the draw for CSU.
Yeah, definitely. Utah just needs to find a way to clear the puck. They're really struggling right now, stuck in their defensive zone. Nothing really that they can do to alleviate any of this pressure right now the Rams are applying.
Right now it's in the corner. It will be brought up by Cote. Cote looking for Nelson. You can hear the taps on the ice. That means the power play is about to finish. A shot, score, deflection. Nelson sent that one through, I believe. I'm going to try to get a number. I believe that was number 13. Yeah, it was. That is Kyle Nelson with the deflection in front. A dirty goal like we're talking about. And just like that, it is 2-2.
That one was more beautiful to look at, though. That was a very brilliant stick play by Nelson to knock that out of midair and get the puck to go down, so Anderson has no idea what's coming.
I mean, in Anderson, he did his best, but you said, no chance.
A screen is one thing, but a screen plus a deflection of the puck, you can estimate and guess where the puck's going to go, but if a deflection happens, then your guess is completely thrown out.
Miller in to take the draw for CSU. Either way, though, now Joseph for Utah is going to get kicked out and will be replaced by Che. Che comes in to take the draw as he's going to win it. Well, excuse me, CSU is going to win it, but a nice kind of play there, just trying to dip it in and get past the defenseman. CSU maintains possession and is now going to be brought up by number 17, Nishkin. Nishkin with speed up the right wing. He's going to stick handle pass one, but it is poked away from him. So it will come back out to center ice. That is Miller. Miller is going to drop it for Hoffman. Hoffman back over to Nitschkin. Nitschkin's going to dump it into the zone, and Anderson out to play the puck. He elects not to touch it, and it will just go back around the board. CSU battling for it. Goes out to Miller. Miller back for Hoffman. Hoffman with a shot. Save in front. It is not covered yet, but then finally it is, and a lot of extra fighting at the end of that one. Anderson is in the bottom of that pile. He kind of got the worst of it, even though it was his own players going after Millar. Players are now going to scrum.
An extra shove.
I would say
right
a few
there.
extra shots are sent. We're going to see Anderson maybe even a little heated on that one. Oh, and he's just going to go ahead and toss the stick. He is definitely heated. We'll see if penalties. Do you think a penalty is going to come out of this one?
No, but the next extracurricular activity will draw a penalty. Although it does look like number 3 is getting skated off the ice. That could be for that extra little chip we saw, and he is going to be entering the box.
That is number 3, Steven Pavlo. And he's going to head into the box.
Now, is it offsetting? And it will be offsetting.
So Miller, number 15.
Millar.
Liam Millar. That's whenever I say his first name, I can always get the last name, no problem. He's also headed to the box. Once again, we're going to see matching minors. The refs are right now conversing at the penalty box. We'll see if it's going to be anything extra besides 2 minutes apiece. Sean, do you like the intensity, or what we talked about, that discipline, we need to take it down?
This is foolish.
Yeah,
this is foolish. You're putting
a little much.
This is putting your team at a disadvantage right now. Although you like the intensity and the heated nature, the aggression that you're seeing, because hockey is a very aggressive sport. You're flying around, you're hitting people, trying to get the puck in the back of the net, but you cannot put your team at a disadvantage. And this is what has been happening early and often here so far. This will be, I believe, the 7th penalty so far tonight.
It has been a very busy one in terms of players headed to the penalty box. So far, just the penalty for Utah up on the board. We're going to see when CSU's heads up there.
It's probably just.
They have 5 skaters on the ice. So
so there is a penalty on Utah. They have 2 men in the box right now.
No, they don't. So what it is in hockey sometimes one player will get an extra 2. So it's 2 offsetting, and then it's an extra 2 that turns into the power play. That's what we're going to see here. So CSU actually gets the benefit of this, which I do agree. Yeah. They definitely didn't deserve the extra 2 by no means. Morgan, he's practicing down in his own net. He's not going to go ahead and give up any shorthanded goals by any means. Now 2 players in the box. There you go. You were looking for that 2-player. That's the matching, and then the minor.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah. And that's just pretty much to ensure that somebody comes out of the box after the 2 minutes. The other player will sit in and serve the penalty, but that one guy's just there to come onto the ice after the 2 minutes are up.
Yep, because they will stay in the box, both him and Millar, until a stoppage of play comes after the
2 minutes are up.
2 minutes are up. Thank you.
And definitely what is happening on the ice right now is a boiling over of what happened last night. I'm sure Utah did not like getting the loss 4-2 last night. Especially with the empty netter. They're late. They did have some control of that game early, but it's really the Tides turned against them, and they're reeling right now.
13:04 to go here in the second period of play. This faceoff will be won by Utah, but CSU is going to maintain possession. It's number 27, Patton, battling for it. This one will go by Hoffman's stick, head all the way down the ice for Morgan. He's going to cover and dump it for Hoffman. Looks like number 20, Chow, is going to try to contest, but either way, Hoffman will just send it right up ice. Kind of a bad pass there. Chow will intercept. Goes back down onto Morgan, and now Cowden will reset behind the net. A minute 30 or so, 30 seconds already gone on the power play, and they haven't even really got into the offensive zone. Now lead man pass forward. Patton will find Hoffman. Hoffman now bringing up the right wing. He's just going to dump it in, but his shot, a little too much mustard, will go up into the netting. We'll have a face-off coming in the offensive end. A minute 21 to go in the penalty.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want the hot dog to be swimming in mustard. You just want a nice,
be able to see the dog.
amount.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe that was one of your best lines from last night, I want to say. Give you credit 100% for that.
I come up with things as they go.
Either way, though, Gebhardt on the draw will win it out now. It goes back for North. North now is going to send it across the ice for Miller. Miller reconvenes, dumps it for Moreno, but that one's going to go a little far. Comes back out into the CSU defensive end, will be dumped back over for North. North now back for Miller. Once again, another bad pass leads to Utah, at least being the first of the puck, but CSU once again regains possession. North now up the right wing, looking for somebody. He's going to try to send it back across ice, looking for Miller. Miller will retake it across the blue line. Stick handles in behind the net now, looking for somebody. He's going to probably send it up along the boards of North, but he decides to reverse it. Back down to Riley. Riley back for Miller up at the point. Shot will be blocked in front. Drop for North. Shot saved by Anderson. That one is going to be redirected into the corner. Now Gebhardt first to it. He's going to deke by one, and his shot will be blocked up into the netting. 31 seconds to go. 11:36 left in the second. So we still have a lot of the second period to go, yet it feels like we've been already going for hours in this period. Just because of the breaks, you know.
Yeah, there's been much
penalties.
more stoppages in this period so far than the first period. Also, the shots have been dominated by CSU Rams. They have tallied 13 total shots to only 5 for Utah.
A nice keep at the line for Hoffman. A chance at the net, saved by Anderson. Cote had a beautiful opportunity. Anderson spread eagle almost. Was able to get that one under him for the save. 23 seconds to go in the minor penalty.
That was a great butterfly save right there from Anderson.
Not when they spread out though.
He really just pounced on that puck. He didn't allow Cote to get anything on that. He did make a nice deke, but Anderson was all over it.
Face-off one for Utah. They will clear it down the ice now. Hoffman brings it up through the center face-off dot along the left wing. He's going to now try to dump it for Cote, but this one's going to go off of a Utah player out of the zone. No one from CSU able to get there. 5 seconds to go as you can hear the stick on the ice. Hoffman brings it into his offensive end. Nelson drop pass for Cote, but that one went just a little far as now a 2-on-2 coming up for Utah. They will just dump it in, and Morgan will be the first to play it. He's going to chip it off the boards. Hoffman first there. Excuse me, that's actually going to be Fondos. They're going to battle for it along the corner, and now Hoffman will get control of it. Tries to get it over to Cowden, but a nice play there by Utah. Brought up now for Cote. Cote is going to try to find Nelson along the right board. Nelson able to send that one through, and it goes down into Utah's defensive end. face-off, or excuse me, line change coming for CSU, as now Utah comes right back up the ice with speed along the right wing. Shot is going to be blocked, deflected into the corner as we approach the 10-minute mark here in the second period of play. Riley's going to get it off for Patton. Patton now with Riley. There's 3-on-1 developing. Riley now forehand, backhand with a beautiful shot. Goes right off the pad of Anderson. It's going to come right back up ice for Utah. They're going to bring it up the left wing now. Tries to get it in. Nice play at the line for CSU. As now number 18, Morgan. It's going to be the first to it. He's going to dump it over for number 12, Nelson. Nelson's going to sit up ice, looking for number 21, Joseph. It'll be dumped in. Anderson will play it. And a shot onto Anderson will be saved. Once again, a nice blocker save sent into the corner. CSU does recover, sent up to Morgan. Morgan with a slap shot save. And that would have been a beautiful rebound opportunity on the far side for Riley, but he was not able to bat that puck down. Up the right wing, Utah comes with speed. They're going to handle in the corner. It's going to be pinned up against the boards that time by Beaver. Beaver battling for it. It's going to be brought to the slot. Shot off the post. And that is a godsend for Morgan, as that one does not go in, keeping this game at 2-2 with 9:15 to go. Right now, CSU just trying to get it out of their own end. Sean, did you see a lot of this last night from Utah? Prolonged zone time.
No, they were not really able to have any sustained pressure last night, but they were able to do a lot of work in the little of pressure that they applied.
Either way, though, CSU finally is going to be able to win over possession. Morgan at the red line trying to get it out, and then a beautiful play by Riley is able to strip Utah of a 3-on-1 opportunity. Line change once again coming out for CSU as Utah tries to bring it up the left wing. Past the slot's going to go off the stick of Chow. Sent down now. They're going to bring it back to the slot. Shot onto Morgan's save. He did not get a clean look at that one, but either way made the save. Another shot goes wide of the net. Will wrap around the board. Stopped at the point. Nice play there by Chow. Shot onto Morgan. Another beautiful save there. The rebound control a little off, but no icing will be called on this play as Marcancilli is going to lay a big check along the boards, and here comes the second one for CSU. Utah is able to win over possession of the puck, comes out to center ice. And now Utah will reconvene. This is Miller bringing it up the right wing now. He's hounded by all kind of CSU defenders as Gebhardt is going to be able to take the buck, goes by one. Dribbles along the left wing, Deeks in. Past the slot, shot. And another beautiful glove save by Morgan. That was Fondos on the shot.
That was CSU's 21st shot of this second period.
Not of the night, of the second period.
Not of the night, yes, of the second period. So they have really been putting the pressure on Anderson, but Anderson is not cracking tonight. And I've really been impressed with many things, many aspects of Utah's defense, really kind of being able to stave off the pressure that CSU has been applying and kind of get some transition offense rolling for themselves.
CSU with the face-off win. This one's going to be brought down behind the net. Two players there for CSU trying to win it over, but Utah will dump it out. They will regain positions. Miller in the corner. He's going to try to dump it up and out. Hoffman first to it. He's going to chip it up, looking for Nelson. Unable to do that one. Utah will just go ahead and clear it in. Morgan out behind his crease to stop that one for Miller. Miller is checked into the board, sandwiched almost by two Utah players, but here comes CSU up the ice. Cote now with Nelson. Nelson into the slot. He goes by one. A nice little play there. Hoffman takes a shot. Saved by Anderson. That one goes into the corner. Number 8, Cote is now going to send it, try to play it through a couple of Utah defenders, but then Miller will come free, or get the puck free, as Hoffman battles for it along the red line and lays a nice check at the end of that one. Morgan out to play the puck. Miller will be the first there. Going to drop it, fake the pass, stay behind the net, and now set up along the left boards. This one now cleared up to center ice and dumped right back in on Morgan. This one will ricochet off the net, so no need for him to play it, as Hoffman sends it up the ice looking for Nelson. Nelson unable to get it through. Miller battling with it at the blue line. Now finally comes through. Nelson once again kind of tripped up. Doesn't come free for either team. They're both battling for it at the blue line, but finally, hopefully, Miller is going to be able to clear it out for CSU. A little bit of a lead pass missed Tolnai on that one, and he was unable to take it into the offensive zone. Now Perry brings it in for Utah. He's going to bring it in the right face-off dots, but loses it. CSU regains possession, trying to bring it up out of the zone. This time it is number 6, Tonali once again. He's bringing it up along the left wing. Nice pass to the slot. shot save, or excuse me, goes wide of the net. No save necessary for Anderson as it comes along the boards. Once again, these big checks are starting to come out. Millar into the slot. He loses that puck as North is the first to it at the point. Millar back with it. He's looking for Nelson cross side. That pass is going to be deflected in front. CSU will maintain possession though. Utah is going to bring it up and out. That is Pavlo. Pavlo bringing it up to the red line, sends it up. North is looking for Riley, unable to get there. So far, we're at 5:30 to go in the second period. 2-2 our score. A lot of back and forth right now, which last time Utah was able to come out with kind of the better end of that, getting the goal. Do you see kind of the same similarities going their way this time?
Yeah, Utah doesn't need much time in the zone to make something happen. They've shown that multiple times, both last night and tonight. And that's what kind of scares you if you're CSU. You have all of this sustained pressure against Utah, but still they come away and have decent scoring chances like the one you just saw right there.
Shot by Bastone is going to be blocked by Riley in front, but then dribbles into Morgan. So Morgan is going to have to cover that one up. 5:05 to go in the second period of play. 2-2. Looking for the next team to break the deadlock, get the lead, probably going into the third. We could see some back and forth action, but how this game's been going, I expect at a max one more goal.
In this period, or?
Yeah, in this period. The third, it's 20 minutes, completely different story, but with only 5 minutes to go, how it's been going, I don't see a lot of back and forth scoring happening.
I would agree.
CSU ties up at the faceoff dot, and Moreno is able to come away with it. He's going to bring it up the left wing now. Excuse me, that was Cowden. Cowden's going to double for Gebhardt. Gebhardt tries to get it in back for Moreno. Nice play there by Utah. That was number 11, Che. He brings it up the right wing, tries to go by one CSU defender. Almost does, but Cowden uses his stick to keep that one along the boards. He's still down on the ice, just trying to kind of cover that puck. Utah just sending the cross checks in 100% now. 3 bodies all piled up, and the refs will finally call a stoppage to play as who is that? Who's on the bottom of that pile? Cowden.
Yes,
yeah,
Cowden
I
was
couldn't
on,
remember the number.
yeah.
Cowden was on the bottom of that pile. He's glad to hear the whistle. He didn't have a chance to get back up there. 4:33 to go.
It looked like they gave him an opportunity for a brief second, but he did not take it. He just stayed there on the ground covering the puck, trying to not give away possession right there.
Not a bad play. He took a couple extra shots there.
Which I'm sure he doesn't like.
No, I don't think anybody, no matter what sport it is, likes an extra shot or two, especially in a chippy game.
Especially on the bottom of a pile.
Yeah, bottom of the piles are rough. I don't know how many of those you've experienced in your life, but
several.
All of them for me. It is all the time.
They're not good.
No. Either way, though, looks like we are going to have a couple more discussions between the refs, and we will now get back to action here at Epic Ice Arena. This faceoff is just going to be sent right onto Morgan, so faceoff draw 1 for Utah. Covered up by Morgan. We will have another one, 14:31. So 2 seconds drifted off the clock. Could be an important 2 seconds. You never know. Probably not, though, as now Utah's going to be able to win the draw. A shot opportunity is going to be whiffed on there, as now CSU brings it up ice. That's Cote. Cote looking for Joseph. Joseph's shot onto Anderson. Glove save there with 4:20 to go in the second. Oh. Nice time to take a breath.
Yeah, you've been spewing off a lot of content here in the last 15 minutes.
It's been an action-packed second, which I love. At the end of the day, I'd much rather have that than a slow face-off after face-off game.
Yeah, right now we're sitting at the same amount of face-offs that we had in the first period. Obviously, we just had one more face-off, so that did break the total that you had in the first period. So it is still an action-packed second period.
CSU able to break up that odd man rush, and now Riley's going to bring it up the right wing. Once again, sheds off another check as it stays in the offensive zone, so CSU doesn't have to come back out to avoid offsides. Another big check tried to go through there on Patton, but he once again just kind of shrugging it off. This line has been really, really good for CSU about not taking any of those big hits, and then Nelson with a slap shot from the blue line is just going to be saved by Anderson right into his chest. Not too difficult of a save. No screen in front. Nothing abnormal.
No, definitely not. That was a very easy save right there for Anderson. No, like you said, no screen in front. There was no deflection, so it was just exactly what he saw coming was what happened.
And, center mass. You don't have to move really much. You just kind of have to collapse on it and don't let it out as Gebhardt is going to lose this offensive zone draw. Utah trying to get it out of the zone, though, but a nice pinch play by CSU. Gebhardt once again has the puck down in the corner. He's been deadly from there. He was able to find the one pass earlier Marconcilli's going to lay a hit along the boards as now Gebhardt sends it back up for number 14, Beaver. Beaver's going to take a shot. That one's going to be redirected into the corner. I don't believe it made it in on Anderson. Gebhardt trying to get it out now. A steal for Utah. They're going to bring up the left wing now. That is number 9, Ensign, but they are going to be offsides before the shot comes in, so shot waved off. We will have a face-off at the blue line with 3:19 to go in the second.
That's very unfortunate for Utah. They almost had a 3-on-2 opportunity, but the hustle from the Rams negated that. And then just the slip of the mind right there to try and stay on sides. He did actually lose his footing, though, going down on that play, which did cause him to go into the zone before the puck, drawing that offsides call.
Joseph and Millar in for the draw. Will be one out by CSU now. That's number 21, Joseph, with the puck. He tries to get it in. Miller tries to dump it in. It will go off of a Utah player and just kind of stay at center ice. CSU reconvenes, sends it cross ice. This one will be dumped in by number 26, Cowden. Anderson way out of his net to play this one, as CSU is able to win over possession. That one's going to jump over the stick of Cowden. He's hounded right now, trying to keep it in. Nice play there by Utah. They're just going to dump it into the offensive zone. First one there will be number 18, Morgan, for CSU. Utah once again able to get a nice turnover in the offensive zone, but a great play there by Ben Joseph for CSU. Regains possession of that puck.
Yeah, Ben Joseph looks like he's okay after that big shot he took earlier. He looks to be skating perfectly fine. I think this is his second or third shift after that hit. I was a little worried the way he gingerly got up and skated off the ice, but he looks fine.
100% the on-ice reporting of Sean Garber, as this one's going to be dumped in. Anderson out of his net to play it, so no icing coming up. Number 13, Kyle Nelson, trying to win over possession, joined alongside by Sam Cote, as well as Gebhardt. This puck going to come out to center ice for Utah. A pass is going to be deflected at center ice and will end up being offsides on Utah. So 2 minutes to go, 2-2 in the second period. Lots of twos. Yes. Are we going to see a guy get his second goal of the night?
Probably not in the second period. You might see it in the third.
All right.
The way this is going, I don't see anybody scoring in the rest of this 2 minutes.
Kind of feeling like how I did
yeah, both teams are just kind of battling out at center ice, really. There's no possession or sustained pressure, which more so is beneficial for Utah. You've seen them be more than productive in little time.
Face-off win for CSU is going to be dropped to Tyler Nelson. He takes a shot on net. Easy save for Anderson once again. Either way, though, it's another shot on net. You never know what can happen.
That is the 25th this second period.
Give CSU a lot of credit. Yes, they've had a lot of power plays, but they have really been making the most out of the offensive end. You can't say the same for Utah just because they're not getting the amount of shots up, but still having quality chances, and still has the lone goal here in the second. As this one is going to roll on to Anderson. He's just going to bat it up, as now King is going to bring it up the ice for Utah with the one goal in the game earlier. This shot is going to be sent on to Morgan. He is unable to corral it, as now it will be brought up ice. Patton has a one-on-one developing. He's going to kind of slow up, take a shot onto Anderson. It will be redirected in the corner, as now CSU once again regains possession. Patton got cross-check straight into the boards. He went head first, and he's going right back after number 6. And unfortunately, we talked about getting out of line. Number 6 for Utah, Conti, took a shot to the face, and we will see a penalty come up on CSU for that one.
Yeah, definitely understandable from Patton where he's coming from right there. A little surprised probably that that wasn't called a boarding call on him right there.
Also, really quick correction, that wasn't Conti, that was Dix. Who got the shot on that one. So that's my fault. Headed to the box is going to be number 27, Sean Patton for CSU. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe there was multiple shots on that one because you also saw Chow on the ice after that scrum as well. So I believe somebody took a shot on Chow as well for a little retaliation on what happened to Patton there in the corner.
Either way, though, just the one penalty. It will be a 2-minute minor against CSU. So now I believe this is their second penalty kill of the night. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, second penalty kill. They've had 4 penalties. 2 of them have been offsetting.
So second penalty kill of the night. Utah looking to build some momentum. You know, CSU was able to get that last kind of minute goal in the first to build on it. The second, we'll see if Utah can do the same here. If they don't score within the next minute 21, they will have another 49-ish seconds or 39 seconds in a power play in the third period. This one's come out to center ice now. Hoffman's just going to send it right back down the ice. Utah will get in their own end. That is Dix, who's going to start the breakup ice. He was looking for King. King's going to stick handle pass one, unable to keep control of the puck. Shot is going to be blocked. That one by Miller. Nice block there in front. It will come out of the zone. And so more of that time will tick off of the clock. Utah reconvenes at center ice. A nice steal there attempted steal by Hoffman. Overskated that puck just a little bit. And either way, Utah will get it into their offensive end. Dix with a fake shot there. Another shot. That one a much better save. Morgan had to kind of stick out his left leg to get that one. 30 seconds to go in the period.
Definitely a misplay right there by Anderson as he went to touch that puck.
I didn't see it, so you're going to have to break it down for me.
Yeah, it almost led to something. Gebhardt did come in hot, but obviously being on the penalty kill, not really too much to risk for the Rams, so they kind of just played it safe there, just let more time run off the clock.
Meyer's going to dump it in now, looking for number 11. That is Che. This one's going to come around the right boards now. Battle for it with 3 seconds to go. Probably the team's just going to let this one play out, but the refs are going to call stoppage with 0.9 seconds to go. Man. You know,
refs, what are you doing?
I don't know what to
bizarre.
say. That one hurts.
They have to be looking at the clock, too. It's 0.9 seconds. That doesn't really give you enough time to win the faceoff and
there
get a shot
may be
off.
one of those just like pushes towards Morgan that he has to just put his glove over. Who knows? We could see an incredible faceoff play. As you can see, Utah has 3 skaters out to the left, so they're looking for something. It was just the immediate shot. King tried to take it. That will do it for the second period of play. 2-2, 38 seconds to go in Sean Patton's minor penalty for interference. Both teams headed off the ice, making sure that no extra altercations will happen there. Doesn't look
definitely.
Like it.
The hits were happening in that second period. A total of 21 hits, or excuse me, 24 hits, but no, 34 hits. I'm looking at face-offs. My stats are all over the place right now. 22 hits coming from Utah, almost eclipsing how many shots CSU had in that period, but not quite. CSU had 26 shots total. Obviously, they did have 1 goal on those 26 shots.
So with it being a tied game going into the third, are you okay if you're in Utah's locker room saying, you know, we led the hits in that period, we led the kind of intensity, you want the shots?
Yes.
Okay.
I
hits?
like the intensity and I like the aggressiveness. The hits set the tone, but you cannot allow Anderson to face 26 shots. He's already up to 39 shot attempts in this game, and he's only let in 2.
Give Anderson a lot of credit.
You have to. You have to give him a lot of credit because the Rams are a little chippy. They're in front of the net. They're getting screens. They're getting deflections. They're doing all of the correct things, but Anderson's still keeping them out of the back of the net.
Absolutely. As we come to the second intermission, we're going to take another break here at Epic Ice Arena. Once again, I have been Dixon Lawson, joined alongside Sean Garber. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have all the action to kind of wrap up this third period of play in a 2-2 tied game. Be sure to keep it locked. All right, hold on. And welcome back to Epic Ice Arena. My name is Dixon Lawson, joined alongside Sean Gaba. We have 10 seconds to go in the second intermission. Come on, Sean.
I liked it. I liked it. I like the emphasis on my name. It was good.
Well, you know, there's not many people I know that have such a unique, distinct name as Gaba. You can have a lot of fun with that.
Yes, you can. I would agree with that. I do have a special shout-out for a 5-year-old named Parker who's tuning into this game at home. I believe his grandmother came up to us and asked us for that shout-out. So shout out to you, Parker.
We appreciate you listening in.
Yeah, who's tuning into this club men's hockey game here between CSU and Utah.
38 seconds is going to be left on the penalty kill for CSU as this draw is going to be won by Utah. That is going to be a face-off win for Captain Alex King as it's going to come down behind Anderson. As they get ready to get this third period underway. We've seen a lot of back and forth action. We'll see if someone can kind of break the deadlock here or if we'll stay at a 2-2 tie. CSU with some really nice forechecking there. Gebhardt is going to drift into the slot looking for Mark Consili, but that pass just went a little behind him, hit him in the skates. Now, go ahead, yeah.
No, definitely. It was just a great aggressiveness early on this penalty kill, although it does lead to an odd man rush there.
And what a save by Morgan. He had to wait out the shooter, pass to the slot, save. That one's going to dribble him, another save. The net is dislodged. What a clutch.
Very smart play.
Clutch by whoever knocked that one off. either side.
I believe that was North or Joseph for the Rams, who had the wherewithal to touch the net and push it off of its hinges there to bring a stop to play, because that was going to be a goal if somebody, although there were a lot of bodies in front of the net, if it could have found a way, it would have. Let's just say that.
For CSU, a couple of players just headed off the ice to the locker room, led Michael Gebhardt. He was holding his arm. He threw his mitts over the ice, and he was off. We will have to stay, watchful eye for that, see if he does come back. 9:16 to go, third period. Power play is over for Utah, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. What do you see? What does CSU need to do, and what does Utah need to do? I'll ask you the same question I did in the second.
Well, CSU needs to continue with that sustained pressure that they had very good success with in that second period. And Utah just has to lessen on the chippiness. They're getting very chippy. It seems like last night might be getting to them ever so slightly, but they are tied in this game, so there's no reason to really be down on yourself. You're right there in it. Just make the plays that need to be made.
Couple of big scoring opportunities for CSU go awry, as this one's going to be dumped in on Morgan. He's going to cover for a stoppage of play, 18:47 to go. Let's break down that action that just happened. Came in, and CSU had, first it was a wraparound opportunity, then it got passed out to the slot.
Yep.
Both of those went over the stick, was mishandled in some sort of way. Those are the kind of things that CSU needs to limit, I would say, going into this third, because those could have been right there, that goal to break the lead.
Yeah, definitely. But you like the opportunities that they are there.
Oh, absolutely.
They are taking advantage. They just need to capitalize on that final moment.
As now Fondos is going to take it in along the right wing. He's going to take it down behind the net, pass it off now for Cote. Cote behind the net, battling for it. He has his stick lifted, but he is able to win over the puck. Looking for Nelson in the slot. He's going to hang on to it, send it cross ice. He was looking for number 14, Beaver, but that pass was just a little bit off, had to go outside of the offensive zone. So CSU will reconvene, but now at 2-on-1, potentially here. Nelson's going to take a shot on net. That one's going to be redirected in the corner, as now Cote once again on it, but Utah will take over possession. They're going to bring up the right wing now. That is number 3, Pavlo. Saw he had a couple of penalties earlier in this one, as we're going to have an icing coming up on Utah. CSU will have an offensive zone faceoff. Utah cannot change. How big could this faceoff be, Sean, with 18 minutes to go?
Definitely, if CSU is able to win this faceoff and keep the puck in the offensive zone for them, it could allow them to just drag out this line for Utah and really get some tired legs on the ice that they can take advantage of. Get players out of position. Somebody's just not reacting as fast as they should be.
Moreno is going to be in to take the draw for CSU. On the other side, King for Utah. We will have to see who can win this one out. King will be the victor on this one, as it is dumped in behind the net. Pavlo had a tough time clearing, but either way, this one will come outside of the blue line north. We'll just go ahead and dump it right back on in. Utah trying to get possession of it, make some sort of push. Nice forecheck there by CSU, unable to get possession of it. And now Utah will once again gain control. They're going to bring it right up the middle of the ice. That is number 13, Wyatt Light. You said last night he had a very dazzling performance, almost a good backhand opportunity, but that one goes wide of the net. What did you see last night from Light? I believe it was a goal.
Yeah, so he had a solo chance opportunity, a breakaway chance, where he was mano-y-mano with Morgan last night. He was able to give a little head fake and the stick fake, deked around Morgan. Morgan was in the butterfly, pretty much laying on the ice, and all Light had to do was flick his wrist, and the puck went up over Morgan into the top cheddar.
Definitely has the skill. We've seen it so far. He's got speed. He has the stick handling ability. Hasn't been able to find the back of the net so far tonight, but 17 minutes to go. That could definitely change. He could be the spark that Utah needs, as now they're going to take it into the zone, trying to get by 2 defenders, but Hoffman lays a huge check there, as CSU is going to be able to get this one out of the zone. Now number 17, Nitchkin, racing for it. He is unable to get control of it. It's going to be dumped now. Morgan will go out and stop it for Hoffman. Hoffman's going to send it around for Miller. Scratch that Nitchkin. Nitchkin's going to get pushed up into the boards, and Miller will try and win over possession. This one's going to be sent into center ice, straight to a Utah defenseman. That is number 5, Dix. Nice, a good chance at an interception there by Riley, but that one's going to go free. Utah will regain possession. A lot of back and forth here to start this second period of play. 16:30 to go in this 2-2 hockey game. Morgan out to play the puck behind his own net. That will be Cowden. Cowden is going to try to dump it around, unsuccessful. but now Miller will get it out for Joseph. Joseph's going to bring it up the right wing now. Headman pass for Patton is going to go a little bit long. Patton lays a huge hit along the boards. That was a nice one, as then Tolnai tried to get it into the zone. It was unable to. A nice stick handling play by number 14, Zachary Jerome there for Utah.
That was definitely, for Patton right there, a revenge hit for that boarding that should have been in the second period.
I was going to say, I completely forgot about that. This shot on Morgan will be redirected now. Cowden will be the first to it. He's going to stop behind the net, survey his options, fakes right, goes ahead and retreats back to the net, as now they will break up. He's going to use the left side of the ice. This one looking for Beaver. Beaver is going to be able to get it into center ice now. Patton looking for Tolnall. Tolnall for Millar. A shot blocked in front of the net. That was a very good looking opportunity for CSU. Once again, past the slot. North was on the far side looking for that one, unable to get it. CSU once again just maintaining possession of the puck. Millar in the corner trying to get it free. Has that one go off of the stick a little bit, and Utah will be the first to it. They're going to send it up the left boards, but North is waiting right there. He's going to send a slap shot that was tried to be deflected by Tonal in front of the net, but that one did not even make it to Anderson. As now Joseph for Utah is going to try to find a headman pass for Light. Light will send it up now looking for Che. Che will do a spinorama on Morgan, unable to actually get it really on net. That one goes back down behind the net. Now up the right wing past the ref. It's going to be dropped now for a defenseman. That is Dix. Into the corner it goes behind the net. Wraparound opportunity saved by Morgan. And a couple extra pushing and shoving afterwards. We're going to see if, and then punches are thrown. One Utah player down on the ice. I believe that was just Utah throwing the punch. I didn't see any thrown by Nelson there. That's Tyler Nelson.
As a ref takes that player to the ground.
Ooh, that's Light. We were just talking about him, why Light gets taken down. Shout out to that ref. He also refed the women's club game this morning, so he's got double duties. He's not afraid to put someone down if need be.
No, not at all. And Light, a very feisty player, has been all over the ice tonight and last night. A little too much extracurricular activity as he's going to head to the box.
So now we were talking about why Light had the big goal. He's now going to maybe potentially put his team in a bad spot going in the box for most likely what will be just 2 minutes, I would say, interference after that play. Sean, correct me if you think I'm wrong.
No, I was going to ask your interpretation of that play. You have the broader hockey knowledge. So I lean to you on those kind of penalty call situations because there's not too much given away by the refs.
True.
in terms of details and information.
I think it's going to be an interference just because it came after the whistle. It
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily like a hit, a check, a boarding. The stick wasn't used. It was just a punch. I guess you could also say roughing. You could do interference and roughing. I kind of consider those two in the same. Roughing more less comes after, I guess, the play.
I mean, if there was a punch being thrown, I could see it being the roughing.
That's the only reason I would make sense. I would kind of lean that way. Either way, though, the ref's talking about it in front of the net, or excuse me, in front of the penalty box. I would love to have a direct line into their headsets. You know, kind of listening in on what's going on.
A little XFL situation going on. I would agree. But while we have this break, we can cover what happened in the first two periods. So the shots were dominated by the CSU Rams. CSU totaled, as of right now, 40 shots in this game. They only have one so far here in this third period. That means 39 came in the first two periods. That is to Utah's 25 shots on goal. So they are definitely overwhelming Utah when it comes to shots. But on the other end of that, the other part of hockey, the hits, the physical aspect of the game, Utah is absolutely clobbering the Rams right now. They have 32 hits to the 25 hits for the Rams. It's been a very physical game. I think that's because of last night and it just carrying over to tonight. Also, the face-offs that we have tonight, we have 21 face-off wins for Utah to 16 for the Rams. So very, very close game, and it's indicative of the score that we have 2-2 here in the third period.
Well, I like what you said. I believe it was in the second about the face-offs. It's not necessarily one team dominating them. It's whoever needs to win that face-off is normally doing it. There's a couple of toss-ups here and there, but, you know, when it's a power play opportunity, they're normally winning that face-off. Or the penalty kill is getting the big draw and getting it cleared out. Just a quick update on what's happening on the ice. It is just going to be a 2-minute roughing interference type penalty. I didn't actually pay attention to the call sign So nothing else is
There
going
was
to
a
come of
lot
that.
of communication, so I'm not going to blame you on that one.
Nothing is, no other penalties are going to come of it as CSU's North is going to maintain possession up along the top. Pass down for Riley. Riley back up to North. North surveying his options, back down to Riley on the right wing. Pass to the slot, looking for an open man in front. A couple extra rebounds, but Anderson able to find it, able to cover it up, and makes a nice save there. 17 seconds elapsed on the power play with 14:26 to go in the third. What's it going to take on this power play? This is a huge one.
I was actually just about to dive into it.
Boom.
This is much more similar to what the first power play for the Rams looked like. The second power play was not as effective. They were out of the zone for much of it. If they can sit in Utah's offensive zone and create some offensive pressure, they're definitely going to get multiple scoring opportunities here.
And just breaking out what just happened, North sent a shot on net. Riley trying to get the deflection, unable to, as now it was sent all the way back down. CSU will reconvene. That is North now looking for Joseph. Joseph's going to bring it over to center ice, looking up ice. That was number 28, Riley. It will skip over his stick and be sent right back down the ice. They will have to restart the power play, as now CSU will make a couple extra line changes. Mark Concili, and I believe that is Moreno on the ice. Speaking of Mark Concili, he's going to use his speed to burst in along the left wing, absorb a huge hit. Looked like actually the University of Utah player had the worst end of that. Cowden with a great hustle play is able to keep that one in. It will be wrapped around the boards. Utah will be the first to get it. Let's see if they can do another nice play by Hoffman to keep it in. This deflection by Mark Concili is going to go up over the net, but not into the net team. So we will keep play going up to Cowden. Cowden now is going to send it back down, looking for, that is number 8, Cote. Cote back for Cowden. Cowden to Hoffman. Hoffman over to Cote. He's going to look for the shot. That one's going to be blocked. A nice save there, or a nice block there by C.J. Oldlin for Utah, as it will be sent down the ice. 25 seconds to go in the third period. Hoffman will reconvene behind the net. They're going to come up the left side of the ice. He will stop, reverse, take it back to the middle. He's now looking for Joseph. Joseph will go by one defender and take it into the zone. Drop pass for number 8. That is Cote. Cote is going to circle around at the point, set it down to the right face-off dot. Now circling back behind the net, back up to Cote, but that puck a little bit too much for him to handle, as the power play will end. 5-on-5 hockey now back underway. Hoffman is going to be able to beat by one defender. Excuse me, looks like I had a little bit of trouble, but still dumps it into the offensive zone. Joseph, the first issue player there, to try and hound. That is Dylan Dix for Utah. Bringing up the right wing now, he's going to make a pass. Now 2 CSU defenders and dribble it down the left wing, or excuse me, takes it down the left wing. Shot on net will go wide into the corner. CSU's own Morgan, that is Jacob Morgan there, trying to recover it, as now it will come back out. Patton with the puck. He's going to circle it, and now CSU will have a 2-on-1 opportunity. That's Joseph with Riley. Joseph with a shot. Nice save by Morgan. If Riley had just been a couple of steps closer, he might have had a better chance. Riley now deacon pass one. Will have that stick knocked away from him, and he will send it to the middle of the ice for Patton. Patton once again stripped. A backhand opportunity, not able to make it to the net, as now number 13, Wyatt Light, who had the penalty, will circle it now around at center ice. He's going to dump it in for Utah. That's going to be chased down by Zachary Jerome. First one to it, he's able to push it around, looking for number 23. That's Joseph. Joseph is going to send it back around the net. Now CSU wins over possession. That's Millar. Millar bringing up the left wing. He's looking for Nitchkin. Nitchkin unable to keep control of that puck, and now Utah coming on, and a cannon of a shot will be stopped by Morgan. I was trying to think of the best adjective to use, because that was not just your average shot.
No, it was very quick, too. There was not much wind-up on that.
It was a great wrister.
It was not a slap shot. He caught Morgan a little off balance there. I think Morgan was expecting a little bit more power to that shot, but it looked like that was going 5-hole.
Yeah.
It looks like he was trying to go 5-hole. Morgan able to collapse quick enough and deny that goal right there.
11:21 to go in the third. Joseph for Utah taking this draw against number 8, Cote for CSU. That face-off draw will end up in a shot saved by Morgan. We'll have another draw coming up. 11:18 to go. Sean, getting close to 9 minutes elapsed here in the third. Still a 2-2 game. Do you see the momentum breaking soon, or do you see this kind of just continue to play out? Because I haven't seen either team really take the momentum.
That's exactly what I was about to point to. No team is really grabbing it. Each team is possessing it for a short moment in time, but they're not really able to sustain anything in any fashion. The forecheck really isn't very prominent. The back check for both teams is very good. They are being very defensively sound, both of these teams are, which just makes the offensive play that much more difficult here.
CSU with the face-off win. They will get it to center ice, but it'll come right back into their defensive zone. A almost wayward pass intercepted by Utah will maintain in CSU's possession, as that is Cowden along the boards. He's going to try to pin, I do believe that is number 11, Che, for Utah. This one's going to be sent all the way down the ice. No icing. Excuse me. Icing will be called. I thought I saw the ref wave that off. I was wrong. 10:50 to go in this third. We'll have an icing call coming up on CSU. Some of those guys have been on the ice now for about a minute. So,
yeah.
I mean, not a ridiculous amount of time, but definitely probably getting tired. They're going to want to win this faceoff, get it out.
Yeah, definitely. Once you hit about the minute 15 mark on a shift, you definitely look to head off the ice, because if you are unfortunate enough to have to stay on and continue to play, you're going to get very tired very quickly around the 2-minute mark. That's where mistakes can happen.
And just like that, CSU is able to get it out of their own end and get the line change in. Cowden unable to get off the ice, but North was able to jump on as the other defensive pair. CSU clears it now. They're trying to battle for it. A big hit there by Paul Nye as they bring it up the left wing. Riley now trying to get it past a couple of Utah defenders. Is able to finally regather the puck. He's going to go past one, looking for the open pass. Unfortunately, Nelson, that's Tyler Nelson. If he would have just stayed down, he would have been right open for that shot. Either way, it's going to come up. A big slap shot for number 28. That is Kyle Riley. And a great save by Anderson. He's flashing the leather out there. I think he's feeling it. He stopped all those shots mostly in the second, and a lot in that second as well.
Yeah, right now he's looking at 45 shots faced, only allowing 2 to go by him tonight. Very impressive stat line from Anderson.
Face off one to Hoffman. He's going to take a shot. It's going to be blocked on the way to the net. Utah will reconvene. This one's going to be dumped in now. A race for the puck. It will be won by Utah. And a sprawling Morgan makes a great save there, as now CSU will try to re-push up the ice. Hoffman takes control of it now behind his own net. He's going to stop and go back the other way. He avoided that check on that one. Number 8, that is Cote. With deflection in. Anderson looked like he might come out, decides not to. Number 16, Fondos, out there fighting for it in the corner, along with Cote and number 13, Nelson.
I like that little shove by Nelson right there. Instead of going for the puck, he went for the man to free up the puck for one of his brethren behind him to get to it.
Couple extra pushing and shoving there at the end of the whistle. 9:25 to go. We will see both teams making a line change here. Sean.
Now what I am surprised with, CSU had that penalty a few minutes ago, or that power play, I should say, a few minutes ago. They had sustained pressure throughout that entire power play, but we're not able to do anything with that pressure and with the momentum gained off of that power play after the special teams play had ended. So it was strange. I figured that they would be able to keep the momentum and keep the puck in the offensive zone for them and get some opportunities and get some chances, some shots on net, but it didn't happen. Utah was immediately able to flip the ice and go right at Joe Morgan.
We're going to have offsetting penalties coming up, one on number 16, Torn Fondos, and then for Utah, number 15, James Cahill. They will have offsetting 2-minute minors for the after-play kind of altercations that they both got into. So now we will see 4-on-4 hockey once again, but this time King is going to bring it up the left wing. He is going to finally be stripped of the puck. Now Nitchkin is going to take it over. He tries to get it past one and is just going to chip it to center ice, where Pavlo will send it in for Utah. Morgan out behind his net to play this one. Cowden first to it. He's going to send it over to Beaver. Beaver trying to get up and out, but Utah will keep it in. Nice play there by Utah. Light has it down around the boards. Going to try to center it for King. Unable to, as now Cowden, the defenseman, will be the first to it. He's going to chip it by, and he's going to be able to be the first to the puck. Nice effort there by the defenseman Cowden. He still handled it down, and he sends a pass to the slot. Couple of sticks in the way of that one, though, so not a clear or a good shot attempt for Moreno. As a Utah man heads down to the ice, no penalty will be called. Marcancilli now behind the net. He's going to pass to the slot. Nobody home once again, as Utah will take control of the puck. King now bringing up the right wing. He's just going to go ahead and dump it in. Icing has been waved off as it was past the red line. Hoffman now gets control of it. He's going to bring up the right wing. Loses it for a second, but then finds Marcancilli. Marcancilli in the center of the ice, going to try to go through 2 men. He is knocked down, though. so unsuccessful. Now when it's going to come around the boards, Moreno and Mark and Silly battling for it, but that was a beautiful play there by Che. He was able to just kind of bait, absolutely baited.
Yeah, I would say that's what you see a bullfighter do in the ring right there. It's just ole, right out the way.
You love to see it, though, if you're a fan of hockey. With 20 seconds to go in the matching minors, this puck will be shot behind the net. Hoffman first to it. Hoffman's going to dump it for Miller. Miller not home, though. He will have to reconvene to the puck. He will send it back around for Hoffman as now 5 seconds to go in the matching minors. So both of those players will be coming out as CSU runs up ice. That is number 8, Cote sending it in, and he'll be the first to get there. 7:20 to go. Pass for Nelson. That was a huge slapper blocked by number 23, Joseph. Yeah, he looked like a tough one, too. Unfortunately, Nelson offsides, and so it will be a face-off at the blue line.
Yeah, number 23, Joseph DiBendetto, is definitely feeling that leg shot right there. That was a wound-up slap shot. That was a cannon.
That was a
cannon.
It was a perfect pass.
Because he skated into that shot fully wound up, so his momentum plus all of the power in the stick shot was just right into the thigh of DiBendetto.
Nice face-off win there for Millar, as CSU is going to gain control of it in their own zone. This one's going to be brought up the right boards now for Utah. They're going to try to dump it in. A huge hit there by North. He takes Ensign down to the ice. Seen Ensign in the box a couple of times for a couple of hits, but now Nitchkin is going to be able to blow by 2 defenders, takes a shot on Anderson. That was a blocker save up high. He was looking for top post there on the far side. It's going to come back around the net, pressured by Riley. Utah will be able to get control of the puck. That is C.J. Odin to bring it in now. Morgan out to plate. He's just going to chip it back around, looking for someone pushing up ice. It will be number 6, Tallnine. He's going to drop it now for Riley. Riley with the glide into the deke. He sends a little flick shot on Anderson. Nice save once again, but now it is over to Patton. Patton back up to the point for Miller. Miller's shot is blocked back to Patton. Patton's going to send a backhand shot on net. Isn't going to make it through. As it comes down the boards, a slap shot there by Beaver. Makes it through the net, and once again, it's just bounced into the boards. As Patton is able to gain possession of this one, is going to go off of the stick of Light up into the netting. 5:58 to go here in the third.
Whenever CSU is able to have pressure on in the offensive zone for more than 30 seconds so they get their offense set up, it always leads to multiple shot opportunities. In that possession alone, they had 3 shots within 20 seconds, all very good chances, not great. The shot by Riley probably being the worst of those chances that he just flicked up at the chest, kind of caught Anderson off guard a little bit.
But those can sometimes be the best shots. You know, that little flick shot. A goalie's probably expecting maybe a 5-hole shot there or something of that nature. Either way, though, Utah 4-on-2 as they're going to bring it in. A shot on Morgan. Save. It's right in the pads. Morgan, good save. Hoffman's going to go ahead and clear the crease of any extra traffic. Anderson tested at one end. We go down to the other. Morgan's going to get tested just as well. Either way, though, we're still at 2-2.
Yeah, that's the way this game has been going. It's been a very even affair so far, except for that second period where CSU dominated in shots, but Utah just as enforcing on the boards in the hit category. So both teams doing things their own way, kind of, but it's working. Obviously, it's 2-2 here with only 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this game.
Captain for the Rams, Millar, is going to take the draw. He's going to get tied up, though. He has his stick lodged. Is going to finally come free. No penalties called as a Utah man hits the ice. This pass up ice looking for Joseph, and he is going to be there if he can reconvene it and find someone in front. He was looking for Nitchkin, not really in front, but right behind him, unable to get there. Now Utah will bring it up ice. Down the left wing, unable to get into the zone, and that should be an offsides. It will be as number 14 for Utah. That is Zachary Jerome got kind of caught in his own zone. Something similar to what we saw happen to CSU in their own zone a couple of minutes ago.
As we're coming to the final stages of this game, it's easier to draw comparisons between last night and tonight. And honestly, Utah has cleaned up their game a lot. Last night there was a lot of errant passes, a lot of wayward passes that got turned over in their own zone that led to great opportunities and scoring chances for the Rams. That has kind of been nullified tonight. The Rams are creating their own chances. They're not being gifted these chances by the Utah.
And that's probably speaks a lot for the club team, you know, because,
Yes.
when you're gifted a chance, you expect it to score 100%. But then when you're not given those chances, you still have to have these good opportunities on net, which we've seen throughout the entire game. But for Utah, you can't argue that they haven't had almost equally as good of chances in terms of those high percentage shots.
Yes, I would agree with that. The volume numbers are not there, but the high percentage chances are probably equal.
This puck lifted straight up in the air, almost headed to the rafters. But now CSU's own Cote and Nelson are trying to wrestle for it at the blue line. This one is going to be sent in now. Anderson stays behind his net. Number 23, Joseph. Number 22, Odlin is going to try and get this one cleared for Utah. It's going to come to Pavlo. He's going to send it up ice looking for Light. Light is going to use his speed to blow by 2. He is interfered with. Morgan's run into it, the net. We will have a penalty called for sure. I don't know if anything extra. Anderson is he's calling for an interference call on that one. Sean, what did you see? Do you think we're going to see 1, 2 penalties? I think only one, as it's already headed to the box. I believe that is number 12, Nelson. I will get for sure on that in just a second.
That was a bailout play right there from Nelson. He needed to do something so that the shot would not go through to Morgan. Although it did actually get to Morgan, it was not a very good opportunity because Light was virtually on the ground at that point.
And a little bit of talking between the two teams.
A lot of talking.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say a little bit. A lot of chirping happening now in this third period. 4:18 to go. We talked about CSU. They had the power play to try and win the momentum of this period. Unable to. Utah now, even later in the game, have a power play opportunity. Is this going to be finally the straw that breaks the camel's back on this game and gets us that leading goal?
This will be the defining moment for either team. This power play, if it's converted into a goal, will be Utah's saving grace. If CSU is able to stave off this power play and penalty kill and get it successfully going, it gives them a ton of momentum going into the last few minutes of this game.
A little bit of trouble with the scoreboard, and that is getting taken care of right now instead of putting the penalty up. We erased time left in this game. Luckily, they were keeping track. It's 4:35, because I was just asking myself, I was like, how long was left? Now we know, 4:35. In the penalty box, it is number 2, Blake Hoffman. I was wrong with the 12. I just saw the 2. You know, sometimes it does go that way, but now we're finally going to get back to the action as the puck is getting ready to be dropped. Number 14 for Utah, Zachary Jerome, in to take this draw, and it is going to be won but sent out of the zone. So Utah will have to try again, hounded by, I believe that is Nitchkin. Yes, he's doing a great job. That on number 23, Joseph, who's kind of been more of a sparky highlight player for this power play. Hasn't been able to find the back of the net tonight, though. This puck is going to go down. Morgan's calling for North to go wide for it. North is unable to actually get a ton of wood on that one, but it is finally cleared out by CSU. 1:30 to go in that minor penalty. So far, is this what you're looking for if you're CSU? And if you're Utah, how are you going to change it?
Utah, you have to dump the puck in deep. Just get as many men to the boards as you can. Get the forecheck rolling. Just get possession so then you can set up your offense. If you can't set up your offense, you have no chance of scoring. And CSU, just keep doing what you're doing. Make everything very difficult. Make everything take extra seconds.
Light had a really good opportunity there. If he was able to pull that one through, unable to. So Mark Hunsili will go ahead and just dump this one down the ice. 55 seconds to go. So in the back half of this minor penalty for Blake Hoffman, 2 minutes for interference after that play. This one's going to be dropped now for number 11. That is Che. Che's looking up ice. And they finally find Meyer. Meyer's going to bring it up the right wing now, hesitating. As he continues down the zone, he's going to try to just dump it back up. And he is able to find Odlin. Odlin now. Back for Dix. Dix going to take a slap shot. Save by Morgan. Rebound save. And it is not out of the zone yet, though. Morgan is back up, at least, so he is ready to go as this one is going to be dumped now, finally out of the zone. 20 seconds to go as Dix reconvenes and is just going to go ahead and dump this one back in. But a little too quick for Utah as they're offsides. 2:52 to go. 18 seconds in the minor penalty. So far, it's looking like CSU's got this one killed off. But, of course, not over till it's over.
Exactly. CSU has been doing a great job of keeping Utah on their toes and more so on their heels, I should say, because they're not really able to set up anything offensively in the zone. They're having to work for every single inch of space.
You talked about with CSU, when they had that 30 seconds of zone time, they were able to set up the offense and get multiple chances. That's not happening for Utah. Every 30 seconds, it seems like the puck is just coming out of their end. As now Dix is up at the point. Slap shot onto Morgan's going to be a save. That was a shot by number 29, Brett Meyer.
And a very, very good job right there by diving on that puck and not allowing a rebound, negating a rebound opportunity right there for Morgan.
And I just want to make a correction. Thank you for whoever let us know that it is Marcancini, not Marcancili. So it's more E at the end. So that's on me. I'm trying as best I can. We have 4 seconds to go here in this minor penalty, though 2:38 as this faceoff draw is going to be one for CSU. As the penalty is officially up, so no icing will happen, but Marcancini is going to bring it up the wing now. Pass for Cote. That one was about as good of a look as you're going to have, but it goes wide. Another rebound opportunity in front of the net. Skates by, no one home on the far side to capitalize on that one. Utah is going to bring it back up the zone, dump it in. And Chase, unfortunately, unable to get there. And so now that is number 14, Beaver. First, the puck, he's going to wrap around for his defensive partner, North. North looking up ice for, that was number 28, Riley. Missed his stick just a little bit. Will go the length of the ice for icing. 2:03 to go here in the third period of play.
Definitely slowed down in a lot of aspects. The hitting is down. The shot attempts are down. But the chances and scoring opportunities are up. Both teams very able to score right now, just not finding the back of the net, because both netminders, Morgan and Anderson, are doing a phenomenal job right now.
I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's not necessarily going to be which team has the better opportunity. It's going to be which goalie breaks first. Both of them are locked in right now. I've seen spectacular saves from Morgan and spectacular saves from Anderson, so I could see it going both ways.
I could see it being more so Anderson cracking only because of the volume of shots he's faced.
Either way, though, nice play for CSU to get that one up out of the zone, and they will head off for an offensive line change. Riley, the only one staying on the ice. North now is going to try to dump it up for Tall now. He's going to send a shot on the blocker. It's going to be rejected into the corner. Now for CSU, Riley, first one to it, still on the ice. He's going to send this one to the net. It's going to be blocked by his own teammate. Now Moreno sends it up for Hoffman. Hoffman at the point. Shot, save. I believe that one went off the pad. As now it's going to be cleared down the ice. An icing attempt coming. But it doesn't travel far enough, so that one will just be sent around Hoffman and Beaver. Excuse me, not Beaver, that's Miller. I apologize. 14-4, they kind of look alike. As Hoffman now just tries to get it up past the right boards. It's going to be brought out to center ice now. Utah's just going to dump it right back into the zone. Just a minute to go here. Sean, what's it going to take for both these teams in the last 60 seconds?
It's not going to take much. It's going to take a lapse in judgment. That's really all it's going to be. If a mistake is made here in the last minute, that's probably where a goal is going to come.
Do you play conservatively, or do you go for the goal?
I think you play conservatively. I don't think, if you're asking me if you pull the goal.
No. Okay. I'm saying, are you playing to kill the clock? Or are you
no,
playing?
You're playing to score the goal, yeah.
I can't disagree with that one. Either way, though, that is going to be a turnover in the offensive end for CSU. Nice steal there by Moreno. He's just going to dump it back to center ice. That is going to be Dix for Utah. First to it. He's going to send it up now for Light. Light with his speed. He can blaze on in there. He's going to take a shot onto Morgan. That one's going to be redirected up into the screen. Stoppage of play, 25.5 seconds to go here in the third period of play. 2-2 still our score.
Yeah, 25.5. More than enough time. Much more than the 0.9 seconds that was left on the clock in the second period at the very end.
Very true.
So definitely there's time available for either of these teams to make a push here and win this game here late. Pretty much what would be a buzzer beater.
This is either going to be back and forth for 25 seconds, or if Utah is able to win, if they win possession, I can see them getting some really good chances down the stretch. If CSU is able to clear, they do still have time to set up, but Utah will be the victors of that face-off draw. This one, nice shot blocked by Moreno there in front. Didn't know if it went off of him or a stick. Either way, that one's deflected up and out. 6 seconds roughly have ran off the clock, 19.9 to go.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a hard-fought performance by both these teams. They're looking to dig deep to see who has more, but I don't know if there's going to be enough time left on this clock to actually get a winner here.
Captain Alex King for Utah, and that's number 15, Liam Millar for CSU. 10 seconds to go here in this third period of play. Another turnover in front of the net. Saved by Morgan. Right there is what you were talking about, the lapse of judgment. Nelson's going to pin him up against the boards. We have 5 seconds to go as it's ticking down. See if any extra penalties come. Both teams are going to separate, and that will do it for the third period of play. I'm not entirely sure how overtime works in club hockey, if we do have an intermission or if we're just going to stay right into the action.
That is something that I'm not really aware of either.
We're going to keep going. It looks like they're going to throw 5 minutes up on the clock for OT, so it looks like they're just going to go right into it. One timeout?
It's a long timeout.
Long timeout? Okay. Thank you. Our producer letting us know it's going to be a long timeout. So we have some time to break down the game as a whole. We did see 60 minutes of action. What are your takeaways from that? You did get to see last night's game, so you have a little bit more comparison than I would.
I think the only real difference so far is the second period ambush that the Rams had was stipend by the Utah players. Last night, CSU was able to jump all over Utah in that second period early. A minute and I think 13 seconds into that second period, the first goal was scored. A minute and 50 seconds into this second period, a goal was scored, but it was not for CSU, it was for Utah. And it was that period alone that really carried them to this tie game that you see now and could possibly end up being a win without the performance by Anderson in the net stopping. Let me do a quick calculation. 49 shot attempts here in regulation. Stopping 49 of 51. I don't count the two. I'm not counting those. I know them in my head. They're not in my tally marks. So he had faced 52 shots, only letting up 2 of those. It's very impressive. He is really standing on his head and is the whole reason that Utah is even in this game right now.
We are going to get to see some 3-on-3 action as this puck is going to be dropped. Right now, Dix for Utah is going to be able to just take it down into their defensive zone. He's going to shuffle it now, looking for Joseph. Joseph is going to take a huge shot, but unfortunately the puck does roll out of the offensive zone. That was a great hit there by Mark Hansini, as now Joseph is going to take control of it along the boards. He's looking for a man pass. That is Hoffman. Hoffman's going to try to beat his man. A little bit of an altercation there, but Utah is going to be the first one to the puck. Now they're going to break up ice. 2-on-2 coming. Hoffman heads to the ice. Nice stick play there by Joseph. They're going to send it back down the ice looking for Cowden. Cowden unable to get there, and now Joseph will just drop it for number 11, Che. Che bringing up the right wing, takes a shot on Morgan. Save. Almost potential for a rebound, but Morgan covers up nice and quickly. 4:13 to go here in this overtime period.
Yeah, definitely not much that Morgan was giving away right there. He made a nice save, like you had said. But when you shoot at the glove hand, it's very easy to negate a rebound for the goalie. Yeah,
I mean, there is the chance that it tips off maybe the edge of the glove. But if it hits anywhere in that mitt, should be theoretically pretty easy for the goalies. Is now Cowden, after that face-off win for CSU, is going to bring it up the right wing. He's looking for Nitschkin. Nitschkin right now has the speed. He's going to come in. He was looking far side, unable to get there, and now a breakaway, or not a breakaway, but a turnover for CSU. A 2-on-1 coming, and I'm guessing a penalty called. No penalty called, excuse me. As now CSU will turn back up the ice. They have a 2-on-1. It's Joseph with Cote. Joseph coming in, takes a shot, save. Once again, not looking for that second pass on the 2-on-1. Cote, though, behind the net's going to send it back over for, excuse me, that's not Joseph, that's Cowden. And we are going to have a hand pass called on CSU. So that's what that was. Can't use your hand to progress the puck to a teammate. You can drop it to yourself, but you can't progress it to a teammate.
I was going to say that was magnificent play right there, the heady play right there to knock that puck behind him. But, yes, of course, it is illegal. You're not allowed to do that, but it's very smart.
No, I mean, and listen, you don't know.
You might get away with it.
Absolutely, you might get away with it. I think they might have gotten away with the penalty down here, so you never know, especially in OT.
I can agree with that.
I definitely think maybe at least something. Utah is going to be able to win possession of the puck. But taken right away by, that is Riley. Riley is now going to stick handle and get it up for Joseph. Joseph with Miller. He's going to come in looking for Miller. Shot goes wide, unable, or doesn't even find Anderson, so we don't even need to make a save. Miller collects his stick as Utah collects the puck. They're going to cross ice pass it. That is number 29, Meyer. Meyer now still by himself. He's going to bring it up in center ice. He's going to fake a shot, take another shot on Morgan, right into the chest. 2:58 to go. We'll have another defensive zone faceoff.
Early on, only 3 shots total in this overtime period.
It's been
2-1 Utah.
It's been back and forth. It's not like what we saw. Well, that's exactly what we saw. We've seen this all night. It hasn't really ever broken up into long stretches of zone time.
Yeah, there's a lot of play in the neutral ice zone where neither team owns anything, and they're just kind of giving it back and forth to each other.
Nice keep in there at the line by Dix. A backhand shot opportunity onto Morgan. This one's going to be redirected into the corner, as now two players from each team are battling for it. Marcancini is going to be staying out for CSU. This one is going to come free, though. 2-on-1 potentially here. Joseph and Marcancini. Or no, not Joseph, Moreno. That pass. Oh, okay. I thought
that was almost a very, very nice play. Would have been a lot of luck involved right there because that shot went up into Marcancini's chest, kind of hit him in the elbow, and almost went into the net. But Anderson was standing in the way of that.
I thought it was going into the corner. I thought it was going to be Anderson, but it just stayed out. Anderson then recovered fine, was able to cover it up. A nice play by Anderson, but for CSU, finally looking for that second man on the 2-on-1, which they've had it 2 or 3 times, and both teams have. No one's been looking for that extra pass, which in hockey can make all the difference.
You have touched on it many a time throughout the night on transition offense. Neither team finding that extra man, making the extra pass. The team being a little selfish, trying to make the play themselves.
And this will be a penalty call. It will be a hooking, I do believe, going on number 17, Nitchkin.
And Nitchkin was the one who almost got the penalty called on him earlier, playing a little loose with his stick at the moment.
2:20 to go in this overtime period. Utah will now go on the 4-on-3 for 2 minutes, which would, if no goal is scored, leave 20 seconds in this overtime. Timeout will be called. I didn't see what team it was by. I believe it was by Utah. CSU 100% could have called that. But
and that is Nitchkin's second hooking call of the night.
Sloppy.
So being very sloppy.
Nothing against the play because it has been very fast-paced, and I don't know.
He's also hustling a lot.
Yeah.
So he's kind of putting himself in opportunities to make these plays and kind of get called for these penalties.
Sometimes it doesn't work out. There is a chance on that. You're able to lift the stick, grab the puck, and you have potentially a breakaway on the other end.
Yes,
so
exactly.
In OT, I like the call. Unfortunately, though, when you do get booked, it's going to be tough. Morgan, I think he's doing fine. He hasn't given me any reason to doubt him, but looking across the other way, I don't see Anderson breaking either.
No, Anderson's, like I said earlier, he's virtually a top right now. He is spinning on top of his head and
deflecting everything.
No signs of stopping.
On the ice for CSU, we will have 2 defensemen. That is number 2, Blake Hoffman, number 4, Noah Miller. And to take the faceoff, Captain Liam Millar for Utah taking the draw will be King, the captain. This one is going to be won by Utah. It's going to go back for Dix. Now taken by Joseph along the wing. Drop for King. King back to Dix at the point. Going to fake a shot. Kind of lose possession of it. Miller just hanging around in front. Pass around to Che. Che back to Dix now. As it goes back to Che. Che with a one-timer. A redirection attempt in front by King, but a nice glove save by Morgan. I think he was in position ready for that one. 1:42 to go in the penalty.
Yeah, definitely a great save right there by Morgan. Utah doing a phenomenal job of just keeping the pressure going. They don't have to be aggressive all the time. Yeah, exactly. They can take their time in setting up the offense, trying to get the defenders out of position to get a goal here.
The biggest thing on a 4-on-3 is you do, especially most defenses play it very, very passive, as you can see CSU doing right here. They're just kind of going into a triangle, trying to block the lanes to the net.
That was a very aggressive play right there.
Yeah, but it worked out. It didn't get out of the net, but it did kill some extra time. King, though, is going to have a chance. Nice little pass block there by number 2, Hoffman. He laid out to grab that one, but Che is going to be able to maintain possession. Now down for Joseph. Joseph is going to reverse it. Back to Che. Che looking across ice for King. He's unable to find it, though. Hoffman and Morgan both blocked the lane across the crease. And Morgan was able to cover that up. 1:11 to go in this overtime period.
Yeah, Hoffman's really putting his body on the line. That's the second time in 30 seconds that he's sprawled out on the ice to cover up passing lanes. And I'm sure he's telling, I believe, number 14, that would be Brendan Beaver, the same thing, to kind of play the same way. Leave it all out there on the ice right now. If you have to dive, you dive.
Like Sean said, it is Beaver, Millar, and Miller out on the ice for CSU. Dix is going to take this one up for Che. Che is going to glide in, take the shot, pass to the slot, nobody home. Miller will be able to clear that one out. Anderson way out of his crease to stop that one as they're going to try to keep the pressure going. 55 seconds to go. One new player jumps on the ice for CSU. That is Kyle Nelson, number 13. He's able to win over possession of the puck. He's going to try to wrap it around. Is not going to be able to get it out, though, as Utah is the first to the puck. This one brought now back up to the point for Dix. Dix stick handling now to the right. Face-off dot. That one a wide shot. Dings off the glass. 30 seconds to go in the power play for CSU. They are 2/3 of the way through this kill. 75% more like. As now is going to be a pass back down for Che. Cross ice pass. Looking no one home, though. Che now once again cross ice. Shot. Blocked in front. That one it was by number 4, Noah Miller, with the shot block. 15 seconds to go. 35.8 to go in the period. Overtime period.
A
Boom.
great effort right now from the 3 Rams players on the ice in this 4-on-3 in this power play situation. Penalty kill, if you're looking at it from the Rams' perspective. They're really just hustling. They're putting a lot of effort into this penalty kill, staying in position, keeping their head and wits about them.
Cote, Hoffman, and Cowden out on the ice for CSU for this draw. King is going to take possession now down below the right faceoff dot. Back up now to number 3. That is Pavlo. Pavlo over to King, or excuse me, Meyer with the shot attempt. And the net is actually going to be dislodged when Morgan came over to try and stop that one. Penalty is officially done. 20 seconds to go in overtime. It will be another defensive zone face-off for the Rams. What's the key? Is it just get it out and get it down the ice? Just keep looking forward, or is it go for the fancy face-off play, try to make that last second play happen?
No, don't go for anything fancy. You got to win the face-off. If you win the face-off, you be aggressive. You march down the ice and you try to make a play happen in front of Anderson.
Back to go ahead. Back to 3-on-3 hockey. This one's going to go up to Dix. Dix now down for Che. Che is going to spin around around 1 down behind the net. Still handle it, hounded by 2 players. That is Cowden. Cowden's looking up ice. He is Mark Insigne. He's going to stick on it himself. It is going to be chipped away there by King, and it will be an offsides. 4.6 seconds to go. So most likely we have seen all the action we will see from OT. Still 4 seconds on the clock. Are we headed to a shootout after this? We will be headed to a shootout. That I've never got to call. I'm super excited. As a hockey fan, you live for the shootout. I don't know about you, Sean. I'm pumped.
I have a little different feeling about shootouts only because I'm a Flyers fan. The
Yeah,
Philadelphia Flyers get into a lot of shootouts, and they ultimately lose them.
See, the Avalanche are never there, so
I
I never
hear
get to see it. Either way, though, that will do it for OT, and we have the shootout.
I'm actually very excited.
I'm so excited, Sean. I can barely handle my emotions. The best part about this is now it truly is goalie on one man. There is no defense. There's no shot blocks.
Mono.
This is where you see. Yeah, go ahead.
And just a recap of that overtime right there. Only 5 total shots from both teams.
Even with the power play.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. 6 shots. 1 from CSU, 5 from Utah. You also had only 2 hits in that overtime, both by CSU.
A lot more room on the ice, though.
Exactly, yeah. You're not as cluttered there. There's not as many people to run into to get those hits.
I was going to say, yeah, like.
You kind of have to go looking for a hit in 3-on-3.
And if you miss, it is a 3-on-2. There
Exactly.
is, so it's almost, do we go for the hit? I don't know. I mean, you want to, but you get my point.
Exactly. Especially with how chippy this game is, I'm sure you're wanting to lay one last lick on somebody before this game is over. But now the only licks that can be had are the ones in the back of the net.
All right, Sean, so we're getting ready for the face-off, or excuse me, the shootout. I do believe Utah is going to get to go first as the opposing team. They do have a skater on the ice that is number 14, Zachary Jerome. I'm surprised at the opening shot choice. I would have expected Light, maybe Joseph in there. Either way, though, officially here we go.
This man put on some moves last night, so it's not a surprise to me watching last night's game. He was a large factor, not so much tonight, but last night was very, very important.
We'll see if he can put his impact on the game here on this shootout shot. Morgan in net, ready for it. He's going to take it at center ice. He's going to go down the left wing now, headed back towards center ice. Forehand, backhand. And a kind of whiff on the shot attempt. It's a nice, easy pad save from Morgan. And just like that, that is 0 for Utah. as CSU is now up to go. First shooter is going to be number 21, Ben Joseph. You can hear the crowd at Epic Arena as Joseph's not even going to waste any time going down the left wing. He's going to take more of a methodical approach, and he scores! He goes just over the blocker, under the glove. What a beautiful shot. 1-0 for CSU. They now hold the momentum. If Morgan can stay perfect, it is a W.
Yeah, and that's just one too many shots for Anderson. Anderson has been tested all night. Just couldn't stop that one.
Number 29, Brett Meyer now for Utah. He's going to bring it up the left zone. Take it back to the center forehand, back and forehand. Whiffs on the opportunity. Does get a second shot, but Morgan is there. Just like that, it is 1-0 in the second round. CSU has a chance to go ahead and close this one out. The shooter will be number 27, Sean Patton,
who took a lick back in the second period. Looks to be okay, obviously taking this shot.
Brings it up the left wing now. He's going to once again go for kind of the same shot that Joseph did. Anderson ready on that one, though. It didn't even hit Anderson. Went wide of the net.
But there's still an opportunity to win here for the Rams.
Coming out now for Utah, it's going to be number 11, Che. Number 11, Che. He's going to bring down the right wing. Going in front of Morgan, and he's able to rip it under the blocker and get Utah tied up. That was a huge goal by Che. We talked about it. You said he had a big impact last night. Right there, you make your impact on the shootout. It is now down to one last shooter for CSU, Samuel Cote. He has a chance to send CSU home with a victory, or we will go into round number 4, sudden death shootout potential. He's going to take this one up the right wing now, go back to center. He's going to stay right in the middle of the ice, and he scores! Shawnee gets it over Anderson. The glove save. Anderson was not ready.
The exact same score, and a little bit of a ice in the veins right there from Cote for a celebration as the CSU players pile on him on the boards. What a wonderful way to finish out this game right there. And you saw it time and time again. Well, at least on the first shootout attempt, the first shootout shot attempt, right over the glove.
Yep.
Last shootout attempt, right over the glove.
Well, I think it was right under the glove, though.
Really?
I think it was over the blocker because the only reason I say that, where it went in the net,
it was a little low.
It was low, so I do believe that went under the net. You might have been right. It could have deflected off the blocker or the glove for all we know. But
yes,
sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's glorious to see a game plan go into action because it looked like CSU's coaches had prepped the players for this exact scenario.
That's very true.
Because all three of them went for the same opportunity and the same look. Only 2 of them able to come away with a goal, but that's all you needed.
66%.
Yes.
2 out of 3 shooters scoring will normally win you the shootout, and most nights, as both these teams are now going to be shaking hands after 2 really just rigorous nights of battle. Last night, a 4-1 victory. Or no, was it 4-2, right?
4-2.
Yeah, excuse me. I was thinking of the women's game. 4-2 victory for the Colorado State Rams. Tonight, they edge out a 3-2 victory in the shootout. 2-1 was the final shootout score. Who do you want to highlight as your player of the game, Sean?
Well, honestly, even though he's on the losing side of it, you have to look at Anderson. That man faced 56 shots tonight, only let up 2 in regulation, and then he let up 2 in the shootout. You can't really knock him for the shootout goals. Things just happen. It's mano a mano. I think in that instance, the player with the puck is supposed to score on.
Yep, and it's tough for Anderson because, like you said, he had an amazing night.
Amazing.
And unfortunately, it is capped off with the loss in OT. But you know what? You got to give credit to CSU. They battled 60 minutes. They battled an extra 5 in OT, and then they make it count without having to go into extra rounds and make it a shootout. They go ahead and just wrap it up on the ice.
I agree. Who would your player of the game be for CSU? It's hard. There's a lot.
Joe Morgan.
Is it?
He didn't face the amount of shots that Anderson did for Utah, but it was the quality saves, it was the rebounds, it was the quick reaction saves on the turnovers and all those kind of opportunities.
Also, the way he handled that shootout was marvelous. He was cool, calm, collected. He watched what the skaters were doing in front of him. He saw the deeks, he read the deeks, and just went with it.
He waited out 2 of those shots to where an attempt didn't even come on to him.
Exactly.
And the one miss for CSU was wide of the net.
And Joe Morgan faced a total of, let me just check, that'd be 33 plus 5. We got 38 plus if you include the shootout.
Which I do.
That is
41.
41 shots faced tonight.
That's my
for
player.
Joe Morgan, only giving up the 2 goals in regulation and the 1 in overtime. I want to side with some of the hustle because there was a lot of hustle. Nitschkin, even though he had the 2 penalties, he was flying all over the ice.
Everyone
tonight.
for CSU was.
True, yes. You saw a green and white blur virtually all night on this ice tonight.
Don't want to not give Utah credit. They had some glimpses of speed, but were never able to capitalize on it. Sean, we're going to wrap up here as everyone's starting to leave the arena. Closing thoughts on tonight's contest.
Just an excellent hockey game.
It was.
From
It truly
both sides,
was.
you can't really be disappointed if you're a fan of hockey tonight. It was just everything that you were looking for, and even went to a shootout, which is equally as fun.
First shootout I've ever got to call, as well as the back-to-back. That was the important part. Both of these teams played last night. They've seen each other, and they were able to make changes and have a great game. This was probably what last night's matchup should have been without the empty netter. Agreed?
Yes, I would agree with that. One thing I was surprised, I figured there would be a little more chippiness. It was
true.
very chippy tonight.
It
there was a
stopped.
lot of hits. I believe over over 30 hits for both teams tonight. So a multitude of hits. You saw it. I imagine the players are going to be feeling it tonight, tomorrow, and the day after. Probably going to have an extra ice bath in there. But I expected a little bit more nastiness.
That's true.
Just because of what the way the game ended last night. And I'm actually proud of the players for kind of sticking their nose away from the nastiness.
Either way, that is going to do it from Epic Arena. A 3-2 victory in the shutout for the CSU Men's Club hockey team. That will do it for us tonight. I have been Dixon Lawson, joined with Sean Garber. Sean, I appreciate you being here. It was a ton of fun.
Always, Dixon. I'm always welcome and happy to be here with you, calling some hockey.
Well, either way, we appreciate you tuning in tonight, and we hope you have a great rest of your night.